better see it. Look it on your phone. We're not there between us.
Testing, testing. Testing, testing.
Sport violation. It was all a bit thin when I looked at it. You know, you just there at first, I just captured your head thinking.
It's like riding a bike, isn't it?
It does eventually, yeah.
You're older as well.
You know, it was 2 years old since the last time. Help. Good. Yes, that's all playing. You can see it on. Can you hear that background stuff? Well,
Testing, testing.
Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2.
there you go. It's all working. Yeah. Is that on it that time? Yeah.
I guess it just depends on how long it needs to straighten it, because he'll clamp it and he'll have to leave it in a position for so long, but yeah, if you drop that off really long.
I'm doing quite well.
Because last time I used somebody else, Rob Norris. Rob Norris just about.
The parasite. Bob Akers. It's 4113.
kind of any round. Obstacles. And he's always done a good job.
Order 13 253 6896. Yeah. It's also done a good job for me as well, but I'm doing so. Alright.
Stop all of the team, probably guys sitting getting round table then.
Yeah. What was that?
Give me back when he got a new one. Who was that? Sounds good.
Could be a long night, couldn't it?
Where's it from travelling from?
Barnsley.
Yeah, excuse me for
Now Norwich. Well, it is.
Starting at 8 on the morning, 10 at night.
Yeah, so. Short, isn't it?
when do you go part time?
Getting old. Maybe that, isn't it? You're aware, yeah? On the Thursday? Well, yeah, Friday. It starts Friday at 11 o'clock. So, skills are not down.
Just say, you know, Andy Richardson, Mark Lamb, you know, a few of the lads have said that you use a new cue, it needs a barrel, it needs tapering down out of it. Mind if I
On that side, man. Did you type the -5 in on that side of the grill there?
no, it's a type.
No, above though, isn't there? Above. Yeah. I wonder if you've had any different typing in there too. Okay. Yeah, a little bit.
started with Tony Boxing.
Finish now with it. Said what I thought, we can be leaving those shows. To go see
Probably does, yeah. Yeah, don't press retrieve. Right below now. Yeah. Alright, still obviously still doing it then. Yeah. Just transition that across so you can see. Oh, do we have to press it to show it, don't we? We have to press something to show it. Let your voice out if you want, I don't mind, I'm Yeah. Yeah. I won't be late. Unfortunately. Fine. The meeting's down now. I need to go see Occupational Health down that. Going to swim. Anyway, I went to see him for the week. He did a report and sent it in, so I did not meet with HR. I never found anything. Goes on about it, sold the grips on the and suddenly twisted that pressure on the thing, and it's got these things in it, less an impact on your joints and these sort of stuff. So I actually got a little said, could this would be the same, but I just swung it in that, you know, that after the meeting today with HR, they suggested I get these workouts look really good, so hopefully some work training. It's not comfy as fuck, to be honest.
Without putting Phil's nose out of joint, do you want to make another group?
We're on about that with Sharon tonight.
There's no point in saying stuff if you're going to comment.
What I said on night, I think it was
What did you say?
they just said that can't see when I'm there, get back in.
Oh, there were 7 days.
I mean, to women, it seemed to have fell out with it, didn't it?
Took up with Charlotte, and not getting invited to the You're not showing it, are you?
Oh, we can leave it there, we just won't have it released.
Is it working then? It's sound on that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, hopefully with this new computer, we shouldn't have any.
Hopefully.
Well, not tell it how we're marking for you, like.
I didn't even know you were there, mate.
It just, it might want a bit of tweaking, like, you know, we can get them to come back on, we can tweak it, take some stuff off that's not needed anymore. Luke reckons we can make this a bit better, the actual setup to it. And he said really we didn't need to do everything on, you know, like the PowerPoint thing we do. You do it all in that.
Yeah, you can, but it just doesn't.
No, well, Luke uses it to stream his stuff, that's what we need to do. So it's not easy unless you do that. So I mean, he said it makes it so much easier. And all that things to get used to this stuff is that. Yeah. He's put it on this, but he's put wrong metal. I can actually just make a comment on this. Yeah, on this postcard. Live stream.
Who is it, this kid?
It's his son, Josh, he plays in a few tournaments here.
No, just 2 hours.
Yeah.
He's down. He's played here, he's played money match here.
Put it on Facebook. Straight on. Step in now, Marcus.
So he says you can't get on chat. Can't get on chat, so it's not
Yes. Yes, we do. We use have a computer, don't we? So I'll get a computer from down back.
No, I'm not, because I've said we're going. We're going in October, yeah. I forgot we're going to 2 weekends away. We're prepared to 11.
That's all you do.
No, I'm thinking they've got a pulse on it, should it? I can't get a plane back out.
Where's it to? Where am I going?
Yeah, but it.
Potentially inappropriate.
Yeah, we're going anyway. No, well, anyway, no, I can't say anything.
Yeah.
Just change that. Can you change that to a 0? Live change to 0. Video. Now then, Josh. All right, it's a long time since you've been up at this desk.
I've come for link actually.
I've put it on your dad's thing to search for 147 Sports Bar live stream. Yeah, I'll have to look in a minute.
I found it. Where's your room to be fine?
Oh, just click on that question mark.
If you find it, just copy the link.
We have to do a new one.
Trying to do. Links up. I found it.
Yeah, it won't let you.
Can't get the comments.
Can't get the chat to work.
All right.
It's disabled the chat, but we don't know why.
And you got to allow it on YouTube.
Uh,
You got to allow it on YouTube.
yeah, but we did it so it were yes, it's made for kids, and now it's not made for kids.
Spelled his name wrong.
As a
How is it?
No, I'll put it right.
it's
It's SZ instead of just Z.
Well, you are. That's just type.
But you think it'll annoy you.
no, we
How
can't
is
do
it?
it. S then.
Oh, the young from. Oh, that's them.
Is that right? How do you spell it, Josh?
JUH.
Yeah.
SZ.
It's a long time since I've wrote it as well.
I ain't wrote it in ages.
Right, chat should be on now. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's showing us now. Look. We've got it up. We've got it up there as well. Oh, we can watch it on there, can't we? Oh, but did that fuck it up somehow?
What time are we starting? 45 5 to 8 now. I'll put 740. Everyone's happy with that.
Get that other laptop anyway, and we can look and chat on that.
I've got my laptop here.
Yeah. What's it take? HDMI or? Has it got but it hasn't got VGA on it, has it?
I'm taking
I don't think it is one of them got HDMI on it. I think our laptop's got it.
Put the play start at 740, yeah? You ready, Bucky?
How big's that way? So you know how big's that? It says, yeah, I'm like Sandy, I made a coffee.
Testing, testing. If any of you viewers out there would be so kind to give me a thumbs up to let me know you can hear me, that would be fantastic. I think the players are nearly ready. We are just getting ourselves finalised behind the stream desk. Two years about since we've last booted this up. It's been a challenge. So Daz Ebren has pulled out all the stops to get this working tonight, with a little bit of help from Roy, getting the old internet connection sorted for us last night. So for those of you that have joined, you'll see that this is not a 147 comp, it's the Where's Your Home comp that Ryan Pearson and Danny Bailey set up. This is the semi-final of that. The way that it works is it's a race to 15. Some of the players are effectively seeded and start from cheers Luke and start from -5. Steve Duaz is one of those unlucky, unfortunate players that has come across with a -5. So he's playing off levels. You get drawn out the hat. The home player is the host, and the away player has to travel. So you kind of go all over Yorkshire to play. It's been a great comp. It's 25 quid we paid to enter. This is the second semi-final. I believe Rob Calderwood won the other day. So the winner of this will play Rob Calderwood. If Lee wins, it will be here. If Steve wins, it will be a venue of Steve's choice. Stoey is playing the red. Steve is playing the yellow for the lag. I am. Well, they can hear me because I asked them to give me a thumbs up. Stowie won the lag. We've got to remember how to use the scoreboard again, which is fun and games. What's happened with that?
What have you done, Mark?
What has happened with that? That was absolutely fine a minute ago. There we go. Fun and games already. Just bear with us a second. I will sort that out whilst the lads make a start. Anyway, it's me, Lammy, and it's him,
Daz.
Daz, starting you off in the commentary booth. We've got a couple of other commentators tonight. We've got Paul Buck, so at some point you will get the Dream Team, Stream Team, Dream Team. We've also got Mark Buck, who's going to make an appearance as a bit of a guest co-commentator.
The Buck brothers.
The Buck brothers, I'm sure they'll do a stint.
Yeah.
With Comedy Gold, I'm sure.
I'm sure it will.
So I am just working the scoreboard out. So please bear with us.
So we're at the table now. Takes yellows. Probably missed a little bit there, but bear with us. We're just sort of getting set up here at the moment. A little bit rusty, to be fair.
Just a little bit.
I forgot how to turn computer on me.
So
we're logged in as Paul Buck here somehow. How's that happened?
so we've saved.
How can we log him out?
Still on yellows, is he?
Still is on yellows.
There we go, guys. We're off and running. So yeah, any comments? Please feel free to. Thanks, Luke. Good quality, good to hear. Any comments? Get involved in the chat. Any predictions? Let us know. It's always good to.
We'd love to know who you think's going to win this. As Lammy said earlier on, that Steve's starting on -5.
It's a big start, that.
It is, isn't it?
Someone like Stowie, because Stowie's capable of firing, and if he starts well, all of a sudden it's a big gap. You know, if he wins, even if he wins 3 out of the first 5, it's kind of 8 minus 3, or 3 minus 3. It just extends it, doesn't it?
It does. If Lee gets first couple of frames, it really puts Steve under pressure, doesn't it?
Yeah, we ain't going to get him playing like this, like. But
Well.
I had a bit of a practice with him on Tuesday night when we were in trying to sort it out, and he started really ropey, but kind of after an hour or so his arm started to go, and he started to pop some balls. So
Well, he'll hope it's not going to take as long this time, Lammy, to get into gear with it.
No, because we know that Steve plays regularly and is a very good player. Clearly, the -5 dictates that. Oh, maybe he can get past this. Oh, he could get past the red. What do I know? I'll tell you what. If he's got the angle there to play that into the middle, even if he plays it off the red into the middle, he's happy days. Otherwise, you're going to have to play it long. Looks like he's playing
It looks like it's playing as long to me as well, so he can't see it into the middle. Oh, he's not going to be happy. Not going to be happy.
It was kind of 2 shots ago where it went wrong, where I know he got down to the yellow, down into the sort of bottom left corner pocket as we're looking at the table.
Yeah.
He just ran out of position in that, didn't he? And he paid the price. Well, I think he'd have liked that a bit further over into the middle of the top cushion. Evening, Andy Evans. Evening, Danny Bailey. It's been a while, mate. It's been a while. Forgotten how to talk on a microphone.
No, it seems a bit strange, doesn't it? Really.
It'll all come back, won't it? We'll soon be drinking out of the microphone and commentating into the glass. We've done many of that over the years.
It's funny though, because I haven't played for ages as well. I've had a few frames lately, and just my mind went blank with rules for a minute. At one point, you sat like, can I do that? Is it?
Yeah.
And been watching a lot of the other stuff on TV. The Supreme rules and stuff. Well, the international rules, aren't they? Yeah.
You get used to seeing them, don't you? Right. It was interesting. We thought Daz has been in doing a lot of work getting it all set up and what have you over the last couple of days. I've tried to help as much as I can, which mainly involved climbing up ladders, trying to work out where cables will go in. But
we got there and done, didn't we?
That's a bad mess. You won't be happy with that. That's a nervous mess.
Yeah, it's a bit of a let off really for Stowy, is that?
We thought we'd got there, and then you start the stream, and then all of a sudden we're saying, "No, nobody can make a comment." It's like bloody hell, what? Because YouTube's changed, hasn't it?
The setup on it is
set it all up and stuff. So that was a bit different. Well, that's a let off. That'll give Stowy a bit of confidence, and B, it will add a bit more pressure to Steve there.
Why have we got them?
So the subtitles, yeah.
We've got subtitles.
It is, no, we can do that. So I saw that. I can turn that off.
Can you? Yes. That's a bit odd, is that?
Yeah, no, I noticed it on the MMTV. They did it. So,
right.
Just let me... I'm saying I can turn it off. Where is it, that one? Create a poll. You can create a poll. You can do all sorts with it now, Daz.
It is. It's all changed, hasn't it?
I clicked something earlier to add them, but I think they can. I think at home.
I think you can at home.
Turn it off.
In fact, it's probably somewhere on this. There. CC subtitle.
That's
I've done it.
Yeah, it's quite good when you're watching TV, but you still want to hear, or you still want to sort of be involved in the chat. And he's queued straight in off there. So he just needs to pick his pattern here. You would think yellows. You'd think yellows here because the two reds on the opposite side cushions.
I'm doing the old thing here. I'm looking at the YouTube and just thinking, what is he on about here? They hadn't broke off yet.
Yeah, I think if it was me, I'd be playing the yellow that's on the top rail over towards this corner bag and then going yellows. But he's going to move one of his bad reds now. That's better, I think. Yeah. 6 and 2 3s, it's how you see it, and I think my initial thought there would be yellows, but he's played a good developing shot there, so he'll probably leave the red on the opposite cushion as his last red, so he's got the black into the middle.
Yeah. Danny's saying it's taken some time to get to the stage of this comp.
About 2 years, hasn't it?
Yeah. But,
the amount of false starts, it's...
Yeah, it's been awful, hasn't it? I mean, we thought we were going to get back into it, and then all of a sudden, we've got the same with the top of the chops comp that we've been trying to run for
2 years. We have to reschedule that about 3 times, haven't we? 4 times.
Luke saying YouTube is the platform to stream on now. Apparently, I think it is. It's
I don't think you can argue with it. It's,
No.
I'm sure it does far more than what we've sussed out tonight, but we will get our heads around it. That is for sure.
Yeah, I think once we get used to how it looks on the new setup on the YouTube studio, we'll better suss out everything. It looks pretty nifty, actually. It looks quite smart.
It does look smart. Because I'm pretty sure that you couldn't see the chat.
No, it all looks
before.
quite
You had
different.
to, you had
Yeah,
to get you had to set like we've done there.
yeah.
anyway,
I
so we
think
can
you're
both
right
see.
there.
So he's had to take that one because he I don't know whether he just ran out of position previously, but he's taken that red that I thought would be last early. So now he's
I'm going to say, I think I'd take this one he's taking now as well, because then he can use the other one just to. If he's got. Ooh.
he's all right.
He's alright, but he's not perfect there.
No, he kind of wants to be in between the bolt line and the blue spot, kind of almost straight on that red into the bottom corner. So he has nothing to do with the white and play the black into the opposite corner following this shot. So it's just about. It looked to me like he slightly decelerated on that last shot. So therefore, see how we can use this one.
Oh, he's not hit that hard enough. Does it go? Does that go in that one?
It must do. Yeah. I don't believe he's
Right,
undated that.
not much.
He just drops this in, black in the same bag, and all of a sudden there's a 7-frame gap for Steve to
He's played that well.
find, you know. And this is a reverse dish, isn't it? You know, Steve went in off the
Yeah,
break.
yeah. It's like watching the Jack Whelan match that were on the. Not
don't
Jack.
get too carried away.
Yeah, Jack Whelan. Wasn't it?
Don't get too carried away, mate. I promise you there'll be a 10-minute frame in this match at some point.
Yeah. We've been spoilt for pool on the TV and that lately as well, haven't we? It's been
I've loved it.
been pretty good, to be fair.
All the stuff on Free Sports and stuff. There's
Yeah.
been some good formats in there. You know, the old 6-ball, 6-red shootout and
Yeah.
stuff at times has been good to watch. It's it really has. I think the stuff that Lee Kendall has done with the with that ultimate pool, what's it called? UPP or
Ultimate Pool Promotions,
Pool
yeah.
Promotions. You know, I think that's got some serious legs. I think. Next one going to be.
I think he's asking Danny that.
Danny, in
Yeah.
terms of. Yeah, because it was certain cats.
Oh, is that? Yeah, that's how it started. This one, didn't it? Yeah, it's.
Danny, put the link on or the name of the Facebook page. I haven't got my phone on me, so I think it's something like West Yorkshire Pool Promotions or something like that. But he's got a pool series going on there and various other activities. It's a good page to stay in touch with what's going on around the area. We've made a few quid in the Calcutta on this with Stowie now, so we're quids in already. If he wins this, we've got some serious money coming. If he wins the whole thing, we're happy days.
So it's Rob Calderwood that's waiting in the final for him.
It is, mate. Yeah, I can't remember the result, but I think he had a good win the other day in his semi-final.
A steady player though, is Rob, isn't he?
He is a steady player. He is steady when he can be a little bit inconsistent at times, but he's been consistent for a while.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, so it's good to see. It'll be a good final, whoever's there. Obviously, we have a bit of a bias towards Stowie.
We'd like to final here, wouldn't we?
yeah, because we would like to stream it and give people a chance to watch it. It does good for the game. It does good for the locals. It gets people interested. Putting his way into trouble here is Stowie a little bit, I think. But,
He is. It's
That's
not.
Stowe. He is aggressive. He doesn't particularly
Do the safety.
have a B game. He does, but he just doesn't like playing it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
And I think, to be fair, you've won the first 2 frames. You've got a 7-frame lead, effectively. He's probably going to want to try and bully a little bit and make a statement. And, I mean, for my money, this was an even game.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
off
I agree.
levels,
I agree
off
with you there.
levels,
Definitely. Yeah.
This would have been an even game, but
It's tough on the people that are running it though to know
It's so hard, it's so
everybody.
hard
I mean, we have the same problem, don't we? When
yeah,
I know Paul's had it with the top of the chops. You know, whose standard is what.
yeah.
You know, we try to keep up on people, but
I mean, the benchmark for that was me.
yeah,
So if you were better than me, you weren't allowed in. Well, as I'm playing right now, it'd be a table for one. I'd be playing myself. I'd probably still lose. So yeah, it's
is that Paul Camplin saying, "Come on, Rob"?
yeah. I think Campo's got Rob in the Calcutta.
Has
so
he?
I think he has a little syndicate. Does Paul? I think there's a few of them that chuck a few money into the old Calcutta. It
Yeah.
keeps it interesting. It's good to see. So he's going to need an angle. Tell you what, he's got an angle to go off 2 cushions and land behind this.
Yeah.
But he's going to have to be. It's 2 really good shots are required now. This first one to get the position, and then the red's into the middle.
What's he looking at? That doesn't go. Surely not. I know camera angles lie a bit sometimes, but
Well, I'll tell you what, it obviously does.
yeah.
It doesn't have to make you look foolish, these camera angles sometimes. Well, it didn't go. Yeah, we'll claim.
We'll
victory on
claim that we- yeah,
It's
yeah.
his eyes that are wrong, not ours.
To be honest, I'm glad it's not just us because I watched it on TV the other day and they were saying, "Oh, definitely didn't go," and then he slotted it straight in pocket. But the cameras it does just make it look a bit different sometimes.
Yeah.
So Steve's not got an easy chance here, but a chance. He's got one half tough ball, hasn't he? Really, the one towards the sort of top right on left hand pocket, should I say? Is it?
Yeah, he's got he's got a safety shots as well, and he's favourite in this frame now. You would
Yeah.
think.
Well, he's
not
not
when he does that.
confident.
Tell you what, I lie. That's
Well, it's not a bad
that's
shot, isn't
great
it?
shot.
Yeah, Danny's saying that yes, Josh, and then everyone will have a unique handicap.
Yeah, so we're going to start getting that advertised, mate, and let's get signed up for that, because whilst the momentum's going,
Rather Danny than me sorting handicaps out though.
yeah, if it was me, I'd be getting the post ready, and then screaming about the final, and then get it advertised. So he's missed. It's a free shot.
One free shot, one visit.
One free shot, one visit. Yeah. Josh is that busy typing. He could just come over here and have a word with you.
I'm
if he
gonna say,
wanted
yeah,
to.
it's absolutely. I can see him from here.
So this delays the frame as opposed to wins it, I think, because he's still possibly going to have work to do. Yeah,
Well, there's a chance now,
Yeah, there's
to be
a
honest.
chance,
Yeah. He drops his hip and goes down for the one into the.
Yeah, he stuns at him.
Left
and
hand
plays the
pocket.
opposite. Yeah, it was a risky shot. If that had just rattled in the jaws and then tied up to the red
Yeah.
or whatever,
He played it quite
still
well.
Favourite, still favourite to win the frame, obviously. But Lee Claypole's giving Steve a shout. A lovely family are the Duases, aren't they?
Not bad pool players between them as well.
Steady, man. They're not bad at all. It's but just nice lads as well.
They are,
Nice.
yeah, they are. I assume we just sat here and Josh come over to the top table as it is. I say it's a while since we've had anyone walk up here for that. Well, he's got a great chance now, Steve.
Yellow into the middle, I think, has got to be next.
Yeah, it's got to be. He's perfectly on it now. So
Just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to nudge the red onto the black. So, but he's got to create a bit of distance so that he's not Chinese snookered on, on the last yellow.
he could run it quite through quite a way,
Screw
really.
back. You're going to screw back. Miss the red. Yeah.
Yeah, that's check side on that as well.
He knows what he's doing. Is he going to go below the red to play the black into the opposite corner, or is he going to try and screw up the table?
Well, he's just,
He's screwed up. It's a nice shot.
oh, well, that's pretty much perfect. Lee Mitchell's looking forward to coming back next month for the Taxman comp. Great streaming as always. That must be something to do with
Yeah, I
Mr.
think
Buck.
Bucky's got it. I think he's had trophies and stuff delivered. Or
All right.
something. I think there's definitely something.
That's is that obviously it's October, isn't it? Yeah. I believe Adam from GB9 is qualified to play.
Oh, is it?
I think Bucky will should better confirm that. I'm sure he said something the other day about it. That's going well as well. Is a GB9. They're filling that up now.
Yeah, Liam Waterworth's playing in it.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's been coming in here and having a bit of a practice on the table.
Right.
Occasionally, so yeah, he's signed back up for it.
I think they've actually raised the amount of players playing in it for this event.
That's good. Well, let's see if you can keep the white on the table.
Oh, well, lucky. He run to get his kill then, did Steve?
He did. I guarantee you, all at home, at some point tonight, we will make an absolute balls up of this. We'll end up resetting the scoreboard, or we'll end up completely doing something that we don't intend on doing. But it's kind of why we didn't. We just want us to do this. It gives us a good practice before before the top of the chops competition.
When is that? When is that, Lammy? I forget the date.
I don't know.
No, I don't either.
So it's a few weeks away, isn't it? 10th of October, something like that.
Right.
Evening Toey.
I hope it's not 10th of
Joining
October.
us from
where is he
Portugal.
now? Is he?
Portugal, I
His jet set is
think.
John, isn't he, at the moment?
Always away.
He's making up for all the holidays that he's missed.
When his wife's a travel agent, it's, we're on a WhatsApp group and it's forever pinging with holiday deals, and it's like shut up, shut up. I ain't got any holidays left. But yeah, no, it's class. I think the wife's listening. All right, wifey. Ellie's 20th today.
Yeah, I saw that.
She won't be listening. She'll be on the lash.
Guaranteed.
Fact Imundo.
Can't believe she's 20 already, Lammy.
I know, mate. 9th of October is top of the jobs.
That sounds better because 10th is
Sunday.
daughter's birthday, so
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I don't even think I'll be able to walk because I'm doing the virtual London Marathon on the 10th, and then on the 3rd, and then on the 6th, I've got to do 70 miles on a bike. For the British Heart Foundation, so I think my legs might give up by that Saturday. And then there's just a small matter of the Yorkshire Marathon the week after that. All right, mate. How are we doing? Good to see you. Gal Forest in. Must be having a team match or something. So.
What's going on?
Anyway, back to the match. Daz has just had to take a call, so he. Hi, Todd. Rhino, good to see you, sir. And thank you. If you're in Portugal, John, there's a nice restaurant called Fratelli's, which is in Olos d'Agua, which isn't too far away from Villamora, if that's where you've gone. Beautiful little Italian. The restaurant's not bad either, but I'm here all week.
Sorry about that, Mark.
That's all right. I was just cracking jokes and everything.
Phone it was just ringing as though people ringing me, but
there's nobody there.
But when I looked at it, there were not there. There were no. I don't know what's going on that one.
Well, he's developed one tricky yellow. He's still got a big problem in that bottom right hand corner pocket. As we look at it, they look a bit too close to Skillum.
Yeah.
Or not close enough. If they're touching, you've got a chance. So he could play this into the middle and try and screw into the yellow now.
Yeah, it's sort of a shot to nothing, not really. And if it goes, it's great, and if it doesn't, well.
He hasn't. He's not taking it.
No.
I think I would have played that there, because even if he'd have missed the yellow into the middle and got the skill shot, there's still
it's still a lot of work.
Much. There's not much, but there's still work to be done.
Yeah, there is.
There's a question to be answered, and you're 6 behind.
Good evening, Rhino.
I'll tell you what, that's an ultra aggressive shot when you don't need to be ultra aggressive.
Yeah.
What's he going to do now with these two reds?
See, that's just opened it up now for Stowy, hasn't it? Really?
It absolutely has, and I think when you're 6 frames behind and you're on -4, you would think that my instinct would be to grind out as many frames as you can at the start to try and
work phone's ringing now.
Drop this into the middle and bounce the other red out. Yeah, it was a tricky shot. Not an easy clearance for Stowy either. But he's back at the table. You might see him just bounce the yellow off the top cushion and leave the white tight up on the cushion here. Well, anybody else but Stowy possibly would, but you never know with Stowy. Yeah, he has. He's left it the wrong side though. I think I'd have played the white the other side of the yellow. Still a difficult nip, and you're going to lose the white. You're going to need a little bit of luck with this, for sure. Going off the bottom cushion. He is. Well, I tell you what a shot that was. What a shot that was. Maybe you should be on -10 after shots like that. Beautiful clearance. Well, I think Lee's shot selection was okay. I would have gone the other side of the yellow by bouncing it off and leaving the white nearer the corner bag because there was no pot available there. But other than that, can't argue with the finish. So there's still a 5-frame difference. Stowy to break. We're going to have a change in the commentary box in after this frame. Somehow the white stayed out. Yellow's just made it a bit messier than it needed to be. Stowy going bold. He's got one of those little duck ponds at the back of his head, I think, starting to come through. It happens to these lads that go, get old a bit. There's definitely some work to be done, and I think based on the early frames that we've seen, I've not really seen too much of Steve play Paul, but based on the early frames, he don't hang around and he's quite aggressive and attacking, so he'll be looking for a way to try and finish it. I don't think he will now. I don't think he can pot this and benefit from it. He'll probably just roll it over the bottom corner bag maybe, but
obviously he's got
smash it into the middle and then play the yellow into the reds and hope for the best. Well, when I say he's ultra aggressive,
that is ultra aggressive.
That just demonstrates just how
he has got a shot on. But I tell you what, at first I thought he was going to land so he could play that one into the top centre pocket and split the other two.
Them both,
Phil Swallow says he's still going bald.
Yeah, just well, Stowy will, after taking the first two frames, probably feeling quite confident. He'll now know he's in a game.
He will, yeah. So this is
he's going to have to make this, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got to make it. But then where's the reds going? Then
well, if they're touching, it's easy, but I don't think they are. I'm not sure you can make this. And if he does make it, the red, like you say, goes down towards the yellows.
Yeah, and this white's going the opposite way. So
if they're touching, he's okay because he can make the angle. Where's he doing the single red on his own? Okay.
Whoa, that's a great shot.
I'll tell you what, camera's done us again there.
It has, hasn't it?
Hit the opposite side.
Does that red sneak past this yellow then if he just drops this one into the top centre? Right.
Even if he doesn't, he just
plays a long one into
inch. He just draws it back an inch and plays a long one into the corner and back on.
He's having a look. I can see it from here, and I don't think it does, Mark. By the look on Steve's shaking his head a little bit.
There, didn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't. So he's pulling this back, I believe. Well, this is a toughie.
It's perfect. He had to leave a little bit of angle to get down for the black. So he doesn't want to be straight, and it looks like he's just got the angle to get down between the...
Yeah, he just doesn't want to run into these yellows, does he?
He should be okay. I think he'll probably come back so the sort of same side of the table that he's at now.
Great shot.
That's just perfect.
That's a confident shot, is that?
Game on. Game on. A good strong start from Stowy. And
are we swapping out now? I think the Buck brothers are coming now. Oh,
one more.
We're doing one more. all that time, and now they're going to bar.
You know, when I said at some point tonight we will make a monumental. cock-up,
Yes.
It's coming in after the next round.
Yeah, yeah.
When we disappear.
Fat-fingered buck.
Fat fingered and fat thumbed buck. Yeah, it will all go pear-shaped. Danny Jones says, you know, normality is back when you're tuning into the Dream Team on the comms at the 147.
You know it, Danny.
you know it, but it's not quite the Dream Team. This is a mishmash of the Dream Team and Dull and Duller.
Yeah, but
me and Bucky
Duller's not around at the moment.
Yeah, you know, so it's kind of Dream and Dull, really. But the Dream Team will make an appearance. I will get on with Bucky at some point tonight for a few frames, and we'll give the crowd what they want. Big break there.
Well, something's wrong here, because it said that Stowie broke then on your thing, and Steve broke.
There we go.
Yeah.
I don't know quite what happened there, but
No, because it seemed to be right before.
it was. Unless they broke out of turn, I don't know.
Sorry, mate.
Reds. Looks like the order of play.
Ooh. Can he sneak that into the centre?
It's one of them, if he can hit it, he's potting it.
Yeah. Yes.
Didn't want that kick on the yellow.
He didn't. Well, it
Still
sort of
alright.
pushed it a bit safer as well if he does miss.
Does he play the red near the yellow into the bottom left-hand corner, or does he play the red near the top left-hand corner pocket? As we look at the table, is how we describe it.
Yeah, yeah.
And try and screw back up the table.
He's going to have a bit of cue power for that. If he plays it into the bottom left,
He's
going for a totally different one.
It's a lot.
He's keeping us on our toes tonight. He's
Like-
Steve.
It's like commentating on an old gasser, isn't it?
I'm going to say, I just thought the exact same thing. He goes through every single scenario we ask, and then he plays something totally different.
So he's asked the question of Stowie. I think there might be a little snoop coming here. Bounce that off the cushion and just roll it behind the other.
That's far too hard. Far too thick, wasn't
Not played that very well at all, has he?
it? No, no. Kirk Swan. Hope they're on it. Still alive then, Kirk.
Swanee the Ronnie. He had an entertaining money match up here once, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Mr. Parrish?
The entertainment was more off the table than on it, like, but,
Yeah, well, on it
but
to
he
be
did
fair.
So, yeah, good shot there. Big bag now to double this yellow there. He's not seen it yet. But you would think he would double that yellow now into this bottom left-hand corner.
He's at the right side of the table looking at it, Mummy.
He is now, yeah. Well, that's not bad enough. That's not even accurate enough either, to be fair. It looks like it's going to be 2 minus 1.
Once Steve makes his mind up, he's quite a quick player, isn't he? But he seems to have a good think about it first.
What's he?
I don't know what he's doing here, though.
I mean, this is like...
Oh, he's got it, but, I mean, these are not easy. The black's limited on pockets.
He is like so aggressive, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, that's a nice touch, isn't it?
it's
That?
a lovely touch. but he's got some work to do.
Ian's.
You know when, like, obviously we can see over the screen that we commentate on, and we can see the table where they're stood and where the players are. When he plays and the way he walks around the table and the way he looks a bit like Phil Bailey, you know.
Yeah, he does. He does, especially there with balding head there on the top. Yeah,
with a bit of shine. He's got a bit of Phil Bailey about him.
Yeah, someone said lockdown's been good. It's kept him away from Wilson.
Well,
He's been pretty vocal on Facebook, though, hasn't he?
now then, Stowy, you need to step in here and you need to get this frame from here. I'm not convinced. We can, at our level, we can continue to play that aggressive and get results every time. So
No.
you know that both players are going to give each other chances here. So it's just a case of making sure you
take it
punish
when
them.
you get it.
Yeah, you punish them when you can. High up, Wilson's here as well.
Oh, is he in?
He's in. We haven't missed you, mate. We've missed you singing on Facebook.
Oh, that was terrible. That
I
one.
mean, it was as bad as it gets, to be fair, but it was good when we played it on stream, though. When he was in, we surprised him by playing it over the stream. That soon got everybody turning off.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a poor
unfortunate
shot.
kiss, but
It shouldn't have been anywhere near, though, that, should it?
It shouldn't. I mean, he's got an outside chance of a double and loses the white a little bit, but
We shouldn't have been seeing this
this
red at all.
He's looking for the treble there.
Yeah.
It's tight between that gap, but it's the only way that he controls the white, I suppose. He's got it. but
He
it's
has.
the white.
That's a great effort. It's unfortunate with where the
Could've cut
white's
it.
landed.
Is it one of them where you hits it and it's the only potting angle?
He's going across table. I thought if he hit it, he might go in the bottom right hand pocket as we look at the table.
I think it's, if he hits it, it might be going middle.
It's more mature now, is Mark Wilson. He doesn't do silly stuff.
Oh dear. I've seen the state of some of his tashes that he's been putting on Facebook, and I won't say that he's mature at all.
Oh, nearly.
Well, I tell you what,
Lee's got to make this pay now, hasn't he?
I like the way that he plays. He don't hang around, Steve, and he gets himself into trouble, and he's not far off when he tries to get
No, he's
himself out
quite
of trouble.
confident in his own ability, isn't he?
This is going to be strange to say, but I think Stowy would benefit from trying to slow the game down a little bit.
See
And
that
try and
again?
knock him,
That's
out
it.
of
That's
his, knock him out of his
a
rhythm.
little bit.
It's,
out
again, it's
of
another
position,
snooker,
isn't
isn't
it?
it? Or it's either a back double or another snooker. But it's you kind of, after the way that he got out of the third frame, fourth frame, and pulled that clearance out, you question it, don't you?
Yeah, that's a better shot.
Well, it is, but it's not good enough
No.
because it's a one cushion escape. So that white should have been touching that yellow. I'm not saying it's easy, but
It's given him a
giving him
chance.
angles there.
Yeah.
If the white's touching the yellow, he can't just go off the bottom cushion or the top cushion. It's a one cushion escape now, as opposed to being a bit trickier.
Would you go off the left hand cushion marking up?
Yeah, I think you're probably going to need to put a trace aside.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be the obvious choice.
He does know that if he misses it, he's leaving
Well,
Stowe
he's
with a
looking
great
off the top.
chance.
He's looking off the top. I think for a chance of potting it, you've got to go off that left side cushion, haven't you? And also, if you catch it right, you've a chance of leaving the white up on the top cushion,
Yeah.
making the clearance trickier. But it's how you see it.
Well, what's going through Steve's mind is if he misses, he's leaving Stowe with a great chance.
Wilson, November is not in February, March,
I was going to say,
April and May.
Yeah.
There we go.
What is
Hit
it? And it's not ended up bad as that, really.
He's getting a little run, isn't he?
Yeah,
He needs
definitely.
to. I mean,
Yep. We've got the air conditioning running.
I know. Can you hear that at home? It's coming through these speakers loud. Yeah, he should be able to just feather off the yellow and just run down the bottom of the table. The other yellow kind of helps because it holds the balls in play to hide the black. But
Yeah. It's alright, you can't turn it off now. Yeah, Kirk's one saying it's a late night for you, lads. I think you could be right there, Kirk, but it won't be too late for me. I'm afraid I might have to leave these lads to finish it off.
he's played a good shot there. Yeah, it certainly won't be a late night for me either.
It's like Bucky's sat on his own.
Buck Brothers might have
Yeah,
to
they might
finish
have to
it
finish it off, yeah.
I've come straight from London. I got on the train at 7:20. The train didn't leave Leeds till 8 when it was supposed to leave at 20 to. I've run round London, done everything I need to do. I'll come straight back and come straight here. So, got a busy day tomorrow.
Yeah, we're quite busy at the moment. Students coming back. So Stewie's got to make the most of this now.
Well,
So-
I mean, these are.
One free shot, one visit, does he?
I think he just.
Does he-
I
does-
think he goes clearance.
Yeah, I think so.
Doesn't he? That lower. I don't know why has he moved that. Well, yeah. I guess.
That's a bit of a...
I think I'd have played it from where it was.
Yeah,
And played
yeah.
the bottom of those two yellows that are close together. Drop that in and
Is he screwing his back off the cushion then?
I'll try to top through.
That's...
Well, he either plays the one into the middle and runs into the yellow, or he just
Yeah.
plays the bottom of those two yellows and
I think the...
He's gonna
Well,
be
I think I'd
protection.
gone the other way, but...
he's not played.
I mean, he's alright. He's alright now.
The angle that he's left himself means the white naturally comes to the opposite side of the table, which in fairness he can play that bottom of those two yellows, top it through a little bit, and even if he misses it, he gets a snoop one. You can't at that angle.
No.
He's probably going to play the top of the two yellows now.
Mark Wilson said it was his Steve. Kid -5.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He's not a bad player, is it, Steve?
His son's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Um,
His son Josh George is...
I'm saying he's a bit better. He might not be, but Josh is a very good player.
He's played in our PPS several times. Played in a lot of our tournaments as Josh, anyway.
He needed this one, so effectively this is for 3-all. And actually we've still got the 5-frame variance, providing he gets this black and doesn't go in off into the middle.
Yeah, he's just pulled that a little bit too far, but he should be alright.
We'll be handing over to the Buck Brothers in a second. Oof.
Well,
Right.
dicing with it, but yes.
We'll see you shortly.
The only thing is we can't do minuses on it. Right. So when it gets to you, it needs to type in -1 and then click on it. And then when it gets to 0, you're alright.
Leave it to it.
We've got yellow and blue ones.
Yeah, swap it over now.
But you both talk.
So yellow and blue. Very off at the moment. So like no one can hear us now at the moment until we press on that. You've got to press your own. Yeah. And then you have to press it again to turn it off. Yeah. So I'm going to go on now, so it's out, yeah. Thank you very much, Mark and Daz. Well, what a pleasure to be back. It's been such a long time. Absolutely crazy to be back in the commentary booth. Probably getting COVID off Lammy's microphone, but never mind. And even more of a pleasure to welcome me brother into the commentary booth. So welcome, Mark.
Evening all. 6 frames shared.
Yeah.
Pretty even game, I think.
I think so. I think, obviously we've been watching from the sidelines while Lammy and Daz have been boring you to death in the comms. And I think we'd probably agree that both players are going to give each other chances, really.
Yeah, it looks that way. Steve has been really positive from the start. Lee started really well, didn't he, with the first couple of frames. Steve, a great clearance in, I think it was frame 5. And then just missed that long red in the last frame. So -5 looks like it could be a factor at this moment in time, but we'll see how it goes.
Definitely. We were saying that, game plan for Stowey really at the start, and, excuse us for being a little bit biased, obviously, he's a teammate of ours, but, if he could win the first, if he could win 3-2 in the first 5 frames, it's quite a big gap for Steve to make up, even for somebody of his talent. So he looks like he's in good shape here. Mark Wilson wants Lammy and Daz back. No, don't be so cheeky, Mark. You'll get great insight from us rather than listening to them two waffling on.
Daz has been talking about the air conditioning for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
To be fair, he's not been on his phone so much, has he? Which,
and to be fair, he did seem to know a great deal about air conditioning. Nice little nudge there for Steve.
Mark's fallen into a trap of commentating on the delayed pictures that we've got already. So when he says nice little nudge, he didn't really mean it, and he wasn't being sarcastic.
Good start.
Since Steve is not in the best shape here now. You would think. No, he's going to chop it back. Big shot this. Where's the cue ball going for starters? No, he's missed it. And he's knocked the black out. So Lee Stowe's got a bit of a decision to make here. Does he go all in, or does he play a little bit more conservatively? The two yellows aren't in great shape.
I think the way Lee's been playing is he'll probably, go for a pot or two here and then try and play a little bit safe if it doesn't open up. That seems to be his game plan in the last couple of frames, and probably the right way to play.
Yeah, it's been quite an open game. That's a good shot. So he's certainly giving himself a chance now. PR on the chat. Hiya, PR. Stowey after some beer money for Spain next week. He's going away again? Bloody hell. Some holidays going on here.
I think Paul's cycling there.
In his tight-fitting cycling gear.
And his pink top.
Who was it? Mark Wilson thinks that Stowey should be going game here. He will do. I'm pretty sure he will. It's just one of those, though, isn't it, where if you go game and it doesn't work out and then Steve pulls out an absolute monster finish, you kind of think, oh, maybe I should have just hung back a little bit. But it's not how the game's played these days, is it? I mean, I know certainly when you started playing, Mark, it was a little bit more conservative, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'll be trying to find a snooker here in olden days, but I'm pretty sure he's going for these, and I'm pretty sure if Steve was at the table, he'd be doing the same, and that's probably the way the game's going to be certainly panning out in these early stages.
Yeah, a couple of people on the chat were saying it's going to be a late night for you lads. I'm not so sure, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, we won't be on in the next hour, but when we've got a beer in our hands on a Thursday night, on a school night, it doesn't really matter. It's all good. Now then, he's just in.
They'd have liked another inch or so there, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Does he just bump the red off the bottom cushion as well? Looking at the picture, Snooker Steve on on the yellow, on the left-hand cushion as well, looking at it, or the bottom cushion. Put the red in a slightly better position. No, he's going to keep attacking. Big shot. This. He's played it well-ish. Ooh. This has suddenly got tricky.
Yeah, I think he'll still play into the middle and come across, but you're right. It's just not as simple as it was. Maybe the safety shot might have been better, but maybe that's the olden ways coming back into my thought process.
No, I agree. I think I'd have just bumped this red that he's playing now. I'd have just bumped it off a cushion. But I'll tell you what, he's nailed that. It's a good shot.
Great shot.
Just got to be a little bit careful. He is wrong side of a red, but he should be absolutely fine. Just pull the cue ball back an inch or two. Mark Wilson's on the pint of wine. Well, on a school night. That says all we need to know about you, Mark. Oh, wow. Well, that's a bit of confidence, isn't it? It's a great shot. Yeah, he's displayed a bit of confidence playing that. I think I'd have just been pulling the cue ball back and taking a slightly more difficult black. Yeah, well done. Good finish.
Good finish.
So both players, I think, are certainly showing us signs of how good they can be. They're also showing a couple of signs of maybe over-egging it a little bit. That might be a little bit unfair coming from me, sat in the commentary booth, who couldn't lace either of the shoes, but yeah.
I think it's probably a fair reflection of the game at the moment. Steve looks to be taking on just about anything.
Yeah.
I think Lee's had a little bit of safety in his play in those middle couple of frames, but it won't surprise you for Steve to go on a bit of a run the way he plays.
No.
And I think that'll be interesting then. So if he takes out 3 or 4 frames on the trot, you know how Lee will respond.
Yeah.
But certainly a great start.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it so far, definitely. Weekend for Mark. Yep, it's weekend for Mark next to me as well. He's on a couple of weeks off before starting a new job. I'm kind of off tomorrow. I'm off to see New Order in Manchester, so looking forward to that, but I've got to do a bit of work in the morning, so maybe I'll only have 27 pints instead of the usual 30. It's a good break from Steve. Now, please tell me if I'm wrong here, but I do believe he's Josh's dad. Don't know too much about Steve. Obviously, I've seen quite a lot of Josh. He's played quite a lot here at 147. Great lad. Very attacking player, Josh, and it looks like his dad is just the same. If he is indeed his dad, and if he's his brother, then I need to run.
I think that's the best break of the evening so far. 3 balls down. We'll try and just run this through to the others. Yeah, good shot.
He's played it well because the red was covering the yellow to the bottom right as we look at the screen. So we had to get on that one early. That was probably his most problematic ball because it didn't go to the centre either. So he's got on it early. But this is a little bit tricky. He needs to kind of avoid the red. He's got slightly hampered cueing. And, you know, the yellow below the black is also a little bit tricky.
Yeah, it's not the pot here, it's just the angle he leaves off that middle ball.
Yep. Well, he's certainly played that well. He's played that very well indeed.
Just enough, I think, to get through as well.
Yeah, he's pretty perfect. I think he would prefer to be maybe an inch further down the table, but he's not too far off here. Oh, well. Maybe he wasn't.
Is that a Cadbury's parrot there?
I'm not sure it ever went in. I think it just rattled in the jaws, to be honest. Well, Lee Stowe, how's your luck? Kirk Swan blowing his own trumpet on the chat, saying last time he played Josh didn't miss a ball. I never miss a ball in the commentary booth, Kirk. This is tricky. Obviously, he's got one difficult red, but daft as it sounds, he would probably leave that till his last ball because it affords him good shape on the black. He's got enough of a buffer, I think, to be bold.
Yeah, that's a decent shot. Good angle.
Yeah. So this should be ABC. It's just the D that's going to be a difficult one. But like I say, leaving it till his last ball, he doesn't have to do too much with the cue ball, so he can just concentrate on the pot. Just needs to, yeah, that's pretty perfect, I would say. Just needs to come on and off the cushion here. If he leaves the cue ball more or less where it is now, he's in decent enough shape. Not do. So it's all on the, well, not the next red, but the one after it. I think the black passes the yellow quite easily to. Again, I say top left, but I'm saying that as we look at the
He's
screen.
played that well. Just to leave a little angle to just nudge the white off the cushion, and I'm pretty sure that black does go over straight.
Yep. So everything on the pot here. If not, he's leaving Steve possibly a plant. No, that's not going. Oh my goodness, how was that dropped? Wow, big bag. That's a J. Edgar Hoover bag, and he takes a frame. So
Yeah, take it.
I think he would, if we'd have asked if he'd have wanted this before the game, getting to 5 while Steve's still on minus numbers, he'd have been very happy. Yeah, somebody asked about money matches in the chat. Nothing yet, but obviously we're just sort of cranking back into action. We've got the Top of the Chops event 9th of October. We'll be streaming that. That's a full house. And during lockdown, what you may not have realised is that 147 have now got the room downstairs in the club as well. That's called the ballroom, and it's one of the best function rooms you'll ever see, but it's also perfect for money matches. Honestly, it would be absolutely electric in there. So if we can get a big money match on down there, we will do.
It'll be an amazing venue for sure, for a big game. I'm sure Gary and the team would do it justice as well.
Yeah.
So for anybody out there wanting a big game, certainly recommend just putting a call into the guys here. It'd be a terrific environment downstairs.
Nearly went in off with a cue ball, nearly got kicked in off, but it's still on the table. Top of the Chops, Kirk, that's an event that I've been trying to put on now for about 18 months, and it's an event for the more middle level players as opposed to the elite players. So give, when I say, well, I don't mean to say choppers, that's the wrong way of putting it, but the middle level players a chance to win a few quid. 64 entries, so
The sentiment's right.
yeah, absolutely. There's probably a few bandits sneaked in, no doubt, or I don't know.
There's definitely a few bandits.
Yeah. No, we're still upstairs, Kirk. We're still exactly the same upstairs, but we've got the downstairs as well. That's a good shot. If it nudges, yeah, great shot. He's played that well. He just seems to have regained his confidence, Lee. He had a little knock to the confidence when Steve had that little run where he was potting him off the lampshades, but Lee's just come back into it really well. He looks like he's got his head on.
I think that the key to this game will be who's more consistent, and it seems just at the moment that Lee's starting to put that consistency. I think in the last game that I watched him play in this competition, he played really consistent all the way up to I don't know, 7 or 8 frames from the end.
Yeah.
And then just blew up. So, you can't take anything for granted at this early stage. At the moment, again, he's switched into being more consistent. But as I said earlier, I think if Steve gets his A game going, you could see him run 3 or 4 racks, and all of a sudden it becomes a different picture. So, it's a good contest, a good matchup, and you know, I still go back to that -5. That feels at the moment like that could be a tough one to overcome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I think by Lee's own admission, the long races, you know, he says that he does lose a little bit of concentration at times in these long races. So, yeah, I think he needs his corner in place, really, just to keep him focused. But hopefully Lammy's doing that job while we're sat in a commentary booth. Again, without meaning to sound too biased, obviously we try not to be when we sat here. PR on the chat, Stoey has put his watch onto his right hand when he usually wears it on the left. Can you pundits explain why? I don't know. Can you explain why you wear such stupid outfits to go cycling? If you can do that first, then I'll explain to you why he's wearing the watch on the hand. I don't know. It could be that sometimes your watch can get in the way a little bit at times. So he's put it on his queuing arm. That's a good shot.
He's found the gap. I don't know why Pierre's so bothered about that. If I'm really honest, he can put it round his ear, Paul, for all we care. But no, we'll ask him at the break, I'm sure.
This is a family stream, so Mark said ear. I know what he was thinking of. Mark Wilson seems to think he's got a fat wrist. That might be for overuse. Anyway, let's not get on that. Kirk Swan, any space? Here we go. The Cowboys are here. Any space available? Kirk, it's an event for choppers, so you can't play in it, Pally. Too good. Take that as a compliment. Denmark, hiya Dan, hope you're well, mate. Yeah, definitely an interesting game, as we were just saying. It's going to ebb and flow, I think, definitely. But yeah, Mark agrees with what Mark in the commentary booth was saying. The -5 could play a major part in this, I think. Especially Stowey's queuing really well at the moment. He seems to be on it. Watch him miss this now. No fear of that. So that's a great finish. So he takes a 6-3 lead on the day. Obviously, as you can see, Steve is still on -2. It's interesting to see Steve's put a glove on. It is a bit humid tonight. Phil Swallow on the chat. Hello, Phil. He only cycles to Birkin for King. PR's getting a little bit stick here, isn't he? Poor lad.
He is a good cyclist, though, to be fair.
Is he?
Yeah.
He has to be good at something.
Cafe to cafe, apparently.
He has to be good at something.
And he's a good singer as well.
Well, he's a good singer, isn't he? Yeah, actually, yeah, he's a good singer.
I do remember.
I don't know how.
I do remember that Zamore somewhere in Portugal somewhere.
Yeah.
That brought the house down.
He's a good-looking lad as well, to be fair to him. Ex-copper, but we won't hold it against him, will we? Well, we will. Swanee says, is it streamed? It will be streamed, mate, yep. Tonight is really a bit of a test, to be honest with you, just to make sure everything's working. And it seems to be going okay. Shouldn't have said that, should our computer will blow up now. But I'm sure you'll agree, after watching all these substandard streams from all the other clubs, that it's good to see us back. I've not even baited the hook there. Let's see what comes back from that one.
I think Steve's got to make a move eventually here. What's that, 6 -2, 8 frames. He's got to start to run a few frames together and get a bit of confidence as well, more than anything else. Needs a little bit of luck, but another good shot by Lee there.
Yeah, Lee's not allowing him, to be fair. I think, you know, I think for Lee, as I say, Steve took out a couple of great finishes where he potted the ball off the bottom cushion and stuff like that. And that could have phased Lee a little bit, but it seems to have just made him refocus. So fair play to him. Yeah, I think for Steve, he's not playing horrendously badly at all by any stretch. But Lee's playing well, not really giving him a chance. Steve, when he's getting chances, he's certainly showing what he can do. He's showing his mettle, but he's still not even on 0 yet. So that must play on your mind a little bit. He'll be thinking, I've taken out some great clearances here, other kids on 6. I'm not even on 0.
Yeah, it's a confidence thing as well. If Lee runs another couple of racks here, you almost feel like you know, it's an impossible task to win.
Yeah.
And when you're not playing in these sort of games all the time, and you know, I don't know if Steve is, I certainly know Lee plays 1 or 2, but when you're not playing in those games all the time, to have a huge deficit, it's not like when you're the Mick Hills of this world, that 10 frames can become 6 frames in double
2
quick
minutes,
time.
yeah.
I just think that, you know, if Steve loses another couple of frames, then, you know, it will become a confidence thing, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, to be fair, I don't really know Steve at all, so I don't know how he's made up. You know, he might just come out and let his arm go, and suddenly he does rattle off 4 frames in a row. And we know full well from watching these games that they can absolutely ebb and flow. You know, at this moment in time, Stowe looks really solid, but something could happen. You know, he could have a little chicken wing, and all of a sudden, it can change again.
Yeah, and I think it was said the game prior to this, I think Lee played really well for 75% of the game, and then just blew up.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think it ended up being 2 or 3 frames victory rather than 7 or 8. So, you know, I think there's always an opportunity there. It's just whether in Steve's head, if he goes another couple down, does he think he can turn that minus into a victory? It's a long way.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to catch up on the chat, Dan Mack says that Chris Morton could out karaoke him. Now, I was lucky enough to witness Chris Morton's "Oh Carolina" at, I think it was Yarmouth. All these pool weekends merge into one. I'm pretty sure it was Yarmouth in the Pier Bar. Not a great shot at all from Lee. And his "Oh Carolina" was interesting, shall we say. I think I've got video of it actually. So, but yeah, Kirk, best stream team. Oh, thank you, very kind of you to say that. And Mark, yeah, really nice comments. Thank you very much. How have you worked out with handicaps? Nothing to do with us, Kirk. This event is run by Ryan Pearson and Danny Bailey. You'll know Ryan as Rhino. So it's been a great event, to be fair. I think they've had a great idea here. So basically, they've drawn the players out of a hat, like sort of FA Cup style, and the home player gets to play at his or her own venue. And they've given them a deadline for playing the games, which the players have stuck to, which is great. And it's worked really well. Obviously, we're at the semi-final stage now, and who's in the final? Oh, Rob Calderwood is the finalist waiting to play the winner of this game. It's worked really well, and I think from the comments that Danny and Rhino are going to run it again even better. So I look forward to that. So the handicaps are nothing to do with us, mate. Oh, I just got a bit of cramp. Not used to sitting in this commentary booth for so long.
Just 4 frames.
Well, you feel that Steve really needs this, and he should.
Yeah,
Really swallow it.
Yeah, he should get these.
Do you remember that All Right on the Night with Dennis Norden, with that famous sketch where I think it was like a bedroom scene and the guy jumps out of bed with cramp? I've just done exactly the same thing in the commentary booth. Well, I've got my clothes on. Ooh, careful. Yeah, I think he's run out of position a bit there, but he should set these out, really.
I think he's desperate to get these now, to be honest. It was a good opportunity. He's run out of position a little bit, but I think he's got a couple of shots here. He's going to take the ball over the pocket. Or will he go long?
I think he's got to take the ball over the pocket.
Well, yeah.
If he misses this, he's played it well. It's a good shot.
Yeah, it's good to see that he's played that, really. I mean, the non-confident shot was the ball over the pocket, and then
Yeah.
the long ball is probably the one that he needs to take, really, to get himself back into the frame. Took a little bit of a wobble, but
Should be fine,
it's
yeah.
fine now.
Just got to be a little bit careful with a plant. Sometimes they can wobble away from the pocket, but he should be absolutely fine. Yeah, he's played it well. So we should get him to -1. Gary Newell, very nice comment on the chat. Thank you, Gary. Great to have you back with us. Paul Camplin says, come on, Rob. He's not even playing yet, Campo, so come on. Behave. Campo's got Rob in the Calcutta, I've just been told. Right, that makes sense now. So Steve moves within 1 of 0. And it should be Steve's break, according to our break meter. Is that right?
Steve. Should be Steve.
Steve's.
Yeah, so it is Steve's, yeah. Mark says, been watching on Free Sports, brilliant to see 8 Ball make a big time. Yeah, been watching quite a lot of it, Mark, on Free Sports and on the other free-to-air channel. Forget what it's called now. Sporty Stuff TV, that's it, yeah. It's been fantastic, hasn't it? I mean, anything that moves the game along, that's just what we want to see. The coverage has got better and better, I think. It's got more and more professional. I'm just surprised they've not picked up the phone and asked me to commentate. That's the only thing that I'm a little bit surprised about. Other than that, all good.
Sure, Eddie Hearn will be in touch.
I've no idea when it's time to swap commentary teams. We've been enjoying ourselves so much. I think that's a dry break. It is indeed. Half a chance for Lee. Was nothing massively easy there. I think Reds are definitely the suit that he wants. Be interesting to see how yeah, I never took the colours off, did I, from last time? Sorry about that. So, don't want to be up. That's not great.
I'll be happy with the pot though, Paul. Just to take the colour.
Yeah. He's whoever got Reds there was big favourite, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kirk says Arfan had a great run. He's been playing really well, hasn't he, Arfan? Yeah.
I think Arfan, to be fair, has been solid in every event I've seen so far, whether it be on the telly or I think he had a good run again this weekend, just gone. I think he lost to Jordan in, was it the quarters?
Yeah, I think so.
Event?
Yeah. I mean, anyway, Jordan's. Oh, Lee, that's a silly shot, really.
Yeah, sliced that one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he lost to Jordan, and I think he was in the game until Sheppy just had one of those runs that we talk about.
Yeah,
where he didn't miss a ball for about 15 minutes and it were all over.
He's Daz's favourite player is Sheppy. Loves Sheppy, does Daz. Whenever we have an event and Sheppy's playing, if any other players turn up late, he's kind of whatever. When Sheppy turns up late, he's like, he's missed his train. Oh, this is interesting. Is he trying to leave a skill shot here? A hell of a lot of traffic to negotiate.
Yeah, he might try and dig in here. Try and disturb a load of.
He definitely has done.
Yeah.
He's a bit unlucky. Bit unlucky. Yeah, Mark says Melling struggled, which was odd. I absolutely love Chris to bits, but he's one of those players, isn't he, Chris? That he can either absolutely demolish everybody in front of him, or it just doesn't happen. And it's the age-old question: is he trying to shoehorn too many Q spots in? Rather than concentrate on one. But that question gets asked about Chris Melling every time we talk about him, and obviously it's up to him what he does. So.
And then he just turns out a result.
Yes,
that's what happens with Chris. So he does what he does, and I don't think that's going to change now. So whether it be 8 ball, 9 ball, 10 ball, billiards, carom, whatever, I think Chris will turn out a result at some stage.
So Lee Stowe here just needs to maybe roll back a little bit and take his time. He's massively in the driving seat. Don't go for anything silly and give yellows the initiative. Yeah, I'm not too upset with that shot. I think he's doing the right thing. Obviously, if he can get the red out that's just below the balk line.
It's just a bit messy in this corner, and I think that's where the game's won and lost here. Or the frame's won and lost, sorry. He just wonder about a yellow onto a red and tight behind another colour, and you just wonder if I can see him playing this or smashing it in off it.
Wow.
Just enough, wasn't there?
Yeah, it's a great shot. Fantastic shot from Steve. Well, this frame has just suddenly changed around in one shot. Brilliant shot. Lee's now chasing. Is he going to try and cover the pocket where the black is?
Well, he's got that slightly covered here. He needs to disturb the reds, doesn't he? And that's it. Get them out in the open. But he's played that too hard, really. But if they played that a bit steadier, just move the reds out, and then with the black where it is, he still might have wrestled the favouritism back off him. But probably slightly prefer yellows at the moment still.
Yeah, obviously the black's making it difficult for yellows, especially the fact that he's got the yellow that he's playing now is down the other end of the table. I can see what he was trying to do there, but
he'd like that another couple of inches.
Yeah. So Lee's got a little bit of a decision to make here. There's no way that he's playing the red that's furthest up the table. But he doesn't want to chase this.
Yeah, he's not afraid to drop balls in though. I think there's a good shot if he tries to open these reds up here near the yellow, I think. I mean, the black's making him a slight favourite now, I think. I think these two reds here, he tries to just open up a little bit.
He's taking on a double, isn't he, to try and open it up?
Try and take that one, but
that's a good shot. It's a very good shot.
Yeah.
That's an excellent shot. My concern here, though, is has he gone a little bit too early? Because obviously the red that's below the black, as we're looking at the screen, is a really tricky one to get on.
Well, his worry here, he's got to play the plant, and he's got to clear the yellow, and then he may have a clip across. But the problem is always going to run too far.
He's left a great angle here though, because dare he play this and screw back behind the two yellows to leave another plant? But if he does, he's going to be wrong side of a black, isn't he? This there's all sorts of danger here in this finish.
It's the right shot though. If he plays it, it's the right shot. Screw it.
Yeah, Lammy's just behind us. He says, even if he goes too far and runs into the yellow, as long as the yellow over the bag, as long as he pops the red, skill shot.
His only issue will be to snooker himself on the yellow on the balk line nearest to the cushion.
Yeah, I think he's got a dilemma here. He's going to kick himself if he doesn't take these out. But he's gonna kick himself if it goes wrong, because he couldn't really lose this frame.
If the angle's as good as it looks, Paul, I think he's got to play this to the bottom bag and just screw down.
I agree. You've got to be positive when you've got 6 frames on the board and your opponent's not even on 0 yet. Now's the time really to put your foot down a little bit. But he's definitely caught between two stools here.
Well, talked about clearing the reds. Maybe he's thinking the same thing. Get this in the open, and the blacks.
I like that.
The blacks.
But he didn't want
He didn't want to put it there, like. But
It's not horrendous. To be fair, he's looking at how Steve plays. You know, he might be looking at that black and thinking there's a cocked hat there. Won't surprise me at all.
I think the red as well that covers the black is not. It's not easy. It's not easy to get onto the black, is it? So it's not.
No.
It's not a red you're going to leave last. I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, this is it's tricky for both players, to be honest.
It's a mind frame for Steve as well. -1 to 0.
Yeah.
You know, gets him off that negative.
Oh
rate.
well, he's just made it a lot easier for Stowey. So he just black onto red at a bit of an angle, bring a cue ball down the table. Surely that's a shot if the red's as plumb as it looks. That's got to be a shot. Not sure he's seen it. Oh. Okay, yeah, this isn't horrendous, but you just don't want the black to follow the yellow in. That's the only problem here. Black onto red, it's not following it in, is it? The yellows. Obviously, if the black stays where the yellow is, he's in great shape. Yeah, good shot. Good shot. I was just a bit jumpy for him there, just in case he did it a bit too hard and it followed it in, because you would be absolutely booting yourself. But he's played it really well. So he's just got a bit of a choice to make now. He's just got a bit of a funny angle on the red that's just below the blue spot.
I think the black onto the red that you described was the shot, to be honest. I think this is... He's just got to drag this back a couple of inches, but...
Yeah, he's played it well.
Yeah,
he's played it well. I think we're finding problems for him where they don't really exist, to be honest. But
you just don't need this to run away, though, do you?
no, you just got to be a little bit careful here. But you don't want to decelerate on it either. He's played it as well as he could, I think.
Yeah, good
Cued
finish.
that well, very good finish. So Stowey moves on to 7, Steve yet to get on to 0. And I think it's time for a change in the comms booth. So apologies, guys, but you're not going to get as much insight anymore. We'll leave Kirk and Mark to have their own little powwow on the chat, and we'll be back a little bit later.
Well, 7 minus 1. Effectively, basically, Steve's got to win 16-7 from here on in.
Tough ask, that.
It is. Stowey seems to be playing. He seems to have got his eye in a little bit. I do think. I like the way Steve plays. He commits to every shot. From one frame to the next, he hasn't changed the way that he plays. He's been aggressive all the way through. I personally feel that he's gone for clearances that has given Stowey chances to just mop up and just pick up the pieces, really. And I think starting on a -5, look, you've just got to play to your strengths, haven't you? But starting on -5, I think you can't afford to let your opponent mop up the chances and get into any kind of rhythm and start queuing. So it's a different game. But
yeah, Story started off well, didn't he? A couple of first, then he was a little bit of a wobble.
Yeah.
But then he's sort of gone on from there now.
I just think that you know the level that you know these players, any other players that are in this comp really, the level that we're at, you in a race to 15, you have to have a B game.
Yeah.
Because you can't sustain the clearances, otherwise we won't be at this level. So
Exactly.
it's one thing seeing them.
Yeah, and it's the other thing getting it.
It's you know. So you're going from both of these players today, you're going to see some clearances that you're going to go, wow. You know, we've already seen a few from Steve. You're going to go, wow.
Yeah.
But it's the consistency, and after going 2-0 down when he won the next 3, with the clearances that he pulled out, we were like, bloody hell, game on. But then he kind of let Stowe win a frame that he shouldn't have won, and you know the momentum swung back round. And
now you can
there's
see
no pressure on Stowe.
Stowe has his walking
relaxed.
around the table. Yeah, he's totally relaxed.
He's like, well, I'll just keep mopping up the chances, and actually I can afford to be a little bit more aggressive. I've got an 8-frame advantage, and basically he just has to win 1 in 2, or 1 in 2.
Yeah.
1 in 2 he's got to win. So an uncharacteristic miss there. We were giving him a bit of credit.
Being played in very good spirit those again. They're both laughing and joking.
A good chat between them, and the supporting players are both there.
So we're just looking over there, one happy about that one way.
The thing is with Stowe, he's same as what I said about Steve a minute ago. That'll be out of his head by the time he gets back to the table.
Oh, that's a let off there now. Can he see through?
A slightly tricky plant. I think you
play
plays
the plant.
Because you've got the yellow into the middle afterwards, and if the plant goes, it goes. But it's probably your best chance you've got of the clearance. So. But yeah, the old chicken wing went in there with Steve.
Certainly didn't it? Yeah. He played one earlier into the centre pocket. That's played that.
That's nice.
Yeah, he's played that well at the story.
Kind of the screw back, and I don't know about you, but whenever because I've been watching the American slangs started to come in. It's drawback.
Yeah.
And it's like, get it screwed. The pull we're on about. It's not 9 o'clock. Oh, yeah, it's 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. We're all right.
Post shed, yeah, we're all right. Now he's got a nice angle here just to come up the side and play the black into the opposite corner. I wouldn't want to try and hold it, so I think you just got to go up there.
Yeah, he's played it well. Oh, just run a little bit. Well, he's all right.
But yeah,
he would have preferred it just to not run as quite as far.
That red acts as a bit of a guide as well, doesn't it? So it's nice. So again, he sort of let Steve in, and he's.
I mean, Leon in his 7 more frames, like 7 more frames, but.
Well,
like you say, Steve needs 16.
16, you've got to win 16-6.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't care what you say, I don't care who you are. If you're still on a minus figure, you're not even in the match.
You've not started yet.
You're not in the match
that's
until
right.
until you get into a positive. So he's got to. I mean, I'm not. He's certainly not playing like it's bothering him.
No.
And I think he's. With the utmost respect of that age, and he's got the experience that it isn't. I think he's come, he's enjoying it, he's playing his game, which utmost respect for that. And we all see it different, don't we? So it's a pleasure to watch. It's a pleasure to watch. I was concerned that we'd be here till tomorrow morning and having breakfast. When you're playing a race to 15 and someone's on -5, both players are attacking and aggressive, and it's.
Like I say, it's been good to watch. It's been, it's not been a boring game.
No,
it's
not
been,
at all. Not at all. Stowie's just been to the toilet. He's just picked up his drink on the way back. And Steve will be breaking any second. You'll see Steve there with the glove on.
He's been getting a bit of nobble from...
Yeah, let me tell you, I had a practice with Stowie on Tuesday night here. It's just really clammy. So me and Stowie... I'm glad we weren't streaming it.
I did see you, Lommy, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't stream it, and I'm glad nobody got a picture of it. But me and Stowie actually had some referee gloves on. Not even the proper. They were like the 5-finger, and they were probably about 4 sizes too small. But it was the only way that we could play, that we could queue. It was
queue sticks to you.
It sticks to you, yeah. And I would put money on it if Stowie had a proper glove, he'd be wearing it tonight.
Yeah. I agree. He's walking around with his towel. He's wiping his hand all the time.
After every shot, kind of, he's going back. Yes, Swanee saying about the Ronnie Tour MGK Sport events. I think Swanee's the face and the chins of that promotion.
Yeah,
with his picture everywhere with him and Ronald.
He loves Ronnie, doesn't he?
He does, just a bit. You wouldn't know. He's played to get on the red, or did he play to develop it?
Well, he's on it,
the pace,
that's for
yeah,
sure.
we're going to say the pace that he played it, looked like he paid to get on it. Assuming he goes.
It looks like it does from it. Where he's looking at, yeah, and where we're looking at, you're looking at his next shot, so you're presuming it does go.
Oh, it didn't.
Wow.
He hit the far knuckle, so it must have been tight.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you just heard that shout in the background. We've got a league match going on in the corner. That was Neil.
Yes. I have just created a poll. I just try to see what it does.
Oh, right.
So I created a poll. The question is, can Steve...
there we go.
Can Steve turn this result around and win? So click your answers, guys. I want to see what happens with this. This is a new feature of the YouTube. I say new. They could have had it for the last 2 years ago, but we've just
it's one we've just found anyway.
Yeah, it's one we've just found. It's 100% no at the moment. Oh, 67% no. So let's. I like this. When we start talking about cheese and stuff, then we're going to be. We're going to be able to put all sorts on here. I'm liking it. 75% of you are saying no.
Oh dear, what am I doing? Yeah. I would.
So one of you's convinced, or somebody that's
60% no.
Probably Josh. That's sat on the other side of the table.
Yeah.
Anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch, Swanee is sitting on the fence, basically saying he could, but he won't. Basically, he's saying no, he can't.
Yeah.
67% no.
%23% yes.
33%.
33, so even. That's how bad my eyes are, isn't it?
Cool, well, so I'm going to end the poll. I appreciate your input. I just wanted to see what happened when we
Yeah.
started doing it, so we know we can play around with that later on, Daz, at some point.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good to see.
So it even tells you at the end of it, Lammy,
Nice,
what's happened.
Wilson says he hates me now. that narrows it down.
Yeah. I can't say anybody hates him at all, can you? It's not that he, winds people broke like that.
Paul, the final will depend on who wins. So the winner will be playing Rob Calderwood. He's already won his second semi-final. If Rhino or Danny are on the chat still, if you could tell us when the final needs to be played by. Basically, I think they'll get 2 weeks from Sunday, possibly 2 weeks from Sunday to play the final. If Stowey wins, then it will be played here. If Steve wins, it will be played at a venue of Steve's choice. And if it's here, we'll be aiming to stream it again.
Exactly so.
So for that, and purely due to the fact I've got Stowey in the Calcutta, I'm kind of hoping that Stowey wins.
No bias there, Lammy, on commentary though. We're always very neutral at the 147.
Nothing to do with the fact that Stowey's my mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, purely for financial reasons. No, we commentate as neutral as we can.
Yeah.
I told you we'd go pear shaped.
It's all going pear shaped now, and he's not even drinking.
I know. So, yeah.
Oh, it's in between, isn't it? There, yeah.
Tell you, there's a danger of this going in off the middle. Well, he's not in between, he's only on one, really. But if he plays that red into the corner, the white's flicking off the yellow and heading towards the middle bag.
Well, Mark Wilson's just realised that we've swapped.
Yeah. Yeah, we swapped back a while ago, mate. Swanee, we get it. We get it. You try to sell you on commission.
He definitely must be. He says he's not, but you know what I mean?
I told you the white was going to go in off there. He's kind of saved by that red hanging over the bag, because without that he wouldn't have to. He's now got to sort of try and pot that and screw into the yellow on the cushion, or just play to land on the yellow. But ideally, he'd like to develop. I mean, he could develop.
He could develop
around.
one free shot
down the bottom, couldn't he? Yeah, he doesn't need to move that red. To be fair,
he's not going to do it from there, though. That's for sure. I don't like these shots playing them down here. I'd probably just play down. Yeah, over
just
middle.
over the middle.
Yeah, you see, he's got it. That's a great shot.
But you're right.
They can go wrong, them, can't they?
They can go wrong. I think you just bounce that off the cushion, and actually you've got an easier route back down the bottom end of the table from that ball, as opposed to having to do that.
It's played that nice. I mean, he was lucky. He didn't go in the middle, but it's landed perfectly here now.
That's a bit high.
He's run that one a bit far though.
Let's run that.
Oh, he's played that
He's
nicely
cued that
though.
well.
He certainly has. Great shot. So he
Well,
could
he
be
might
down
be.
to 0.
Might be down. Indeed, he is.
So there we go. 8-0.
15-7 required. Steve's. Sorry, we just had a bit of confusion there over the breaks.
So yeah, it's Stowy breaking. Stood discussing the score at the moment, I think, or something like that. I don't know, discussing something anyway. Yeah, because they'd been on the scoreboard out there, they didn't have minus. Now it's got to 0.
Well, that's a crunching break.
Certainly is. Is he on?
He'd love to be on a yellow.
He would, wouldn't he?
He'd love to be able to plant that red onto yellow, into the middle, maybe off the other red, hold the white, play the yellow into the opposite middle, and it's Mary Plopping time. But it's
tough
not
first shot,
start.
that Lammy, isn't it?
It is. It's not an easy start. But it's. To be fair, without the red being in the way, it's a difficult shot.
Yeah, it is.
I think the red over the middle is probably just too far away. So he might go reds here.
I can't see it from where I'm sat to the table because Bucky's stood right in front of it.
He's just got to work the pattern out on reds. I think if he plays the one behind the baulk line first,
Yeah.
and then he needs to clear one of probably the red in the middle.
He tried to get into that and he didn't need to do that.
No, I'd have played that, and then the sort of the middle of those 3 reds, he could have just dropped that into the middle,
and
then worked his way around it. But
he can probably still do that now if he. But I don't know if he can hold it on this one now. If he can, he could run it through, play the red nearest to the yellow first into the bottom centre. But whether he can hold it, I don't know.
this is a tricky.
That's a tough
If
shot.
you go in game, you've got to go middle first,
Yeah.
to get the position on that, and then give yourself that, because that's a tough shot. Oh, well, hello.
He just
Get
throws
down
a
here.
different one into the arena
Not
altogether.
Not even looking at that.
Oh, well, he's had a.
Probably not the worst. I mean, you never know with Steve, do you? But you kind of think that this is probably one that Steve's going to go for.
Does that
And
yellow go
possibly
past
be
him at the
flopping.
bottom centre?
I think it does, and I think he'll probably try and hold the white to cross double the yellow after it.
Yeah.
Just checking his cue up a little bit.
That's potted it well. So like you say now, he's just got one difficult yellow, hasn't he? The one.
He has, and he's got to get on that early because it kind of only doubles. He might try and screw into them now. Nope.
Well, that's just tied it up a bit.
That's a frame changer. Even without that, to be fair, he
Yes.
can't leave that double till the end because he can't get around the table to get on the black because of the red. So yeah, I think this.
These two just talk some rubbish, don't they?
I know. I think we should just set up a separate room for him.
Well, it's getting harder and harder for Stevie.
Is he going to skill shot the yellow? If he skill shots the yellow onto the red over the bag now, holds for the yellow into the middle, and then he's got the angle for the cross double, and then the black's a bit easier. But
It's getting hard. He's just.
What's he
This
doing?
is. I don't know what he's doing here now because.
is he going to
There's
try and cut this into the middle, develop
And
the
put the
black,
red.
and then do some magic with the other yellow?
Well, this is a mad shot. Is this?
This is a 8-0 up.
Yeah,
attempt
not
at a
an
clearance,
8-0
not
down.
an 8-0 down attempt. I mean, he's one of them that he could treble the yellow.
I think what happened is he sort of...
He got too far, and he
Yeah,
was kinda
now he's
committed
got to
to
go for it.
Yeah. He's going to try and nip it in.
Oh,
I'll tell you if
oh,
that-
it's in.
yeah, I think
And,
I'll tell you what, if that black's touching the red, it's a chance of a skill shot. He's got to work
he's
out how to get this
he's
yellow
got to
first,
pop this
but
yellow first, but
It's going to come off one cushion and then double the yellow into the middle.
Kirk's staying skilly. Yeah, he's just got to get this one first. Kirk. Well,
But he can't win this round.
Stowe can leave him in a world of pain now.
Yeah, Steve can't win this round. Stowe can lose it. Basically. So he's got to probably drop this red in. You can play the red down and off the side cushion off the black, and it'll pop the red.
Yep.
And then he'll leave himself an angle to pop the red into the middle and dislodge him, or he just plays a containing shot.
I think I'd be quite tempted to just play the containing shot here and let Steve develop it. But then you're letting him back at the table, and anything can happen as well, can't you? So it's a tough one, really. I can't believe it. Mark Wilson said here, "You love us, guys. Keep your audience gripped. If you like to see the real me, then follow me on Dad Yorkshire on TikTok." Oh my words! I can't believe he's got a TikTok.
How do you have a TikTok account when you're 50 odd?
Yeah.
Get a grip.
My grandkids love that TikTok thing. It drives me insane. Well,
Your grandkids are probably the target audience for
they
TikTok,
are, yeah,
aren't they? Not,
yeah.
Not,
Not
not a porno-tashed, middle-aged.
Say what you mean, Lammy. Say what you mean. Don't mix them words.
He
Mince.
knows I'm joking. Yeah, so he was a bit short there, and the double's okay, but he kind of has to be straight on the black to be able to skill shot that. Anything but bang straight behind it, he's not really got a chance of skill in it. Good afternoon, Pov Pool from Los Angeles. Yeah, spots and stripes.
It's got 1K followers.
Right.
It's 45, as you said, Mark.
Wow. There you go. So he plays the red into the middle. He'll go around the angles, give him a chance to develop that red, bounce it off and still leave a snooker. Or drop this one in by the bolt line, whichever he fancies, but yeah, that makes sense. Not like that's the way. Not like that.
Oh, I tell you what, he's lucky there.
Dodged a massive ball.
He has.
So he's just got to be careful here now not to leave the angle for Steve to pop the yellow and cannon onto the black and do the skill shot. I think I'd flick off the red near the cushion and almost play the yellow down towards
the black,
towards that area.
Yeah.
Or try and flick off it and miss the yellow altogether would be ideal, and just send the white at the bottom end of the table. He's going off the other. He's going to try and bounce the red out. Back it on. He's gone for the pot.
Can he get past that?
Can't be
black
playing
to
for a
the
bloody
red.
re-rack, can he? Surely he's not that naive. Play a snooker here. Yeah, that's the one. Doesn't want Could just play the red off the knuckle.
Yeah, put the...
And bounce it back out and
Yeah,
get another
yeah.
snooker here. I'll just play it off the knuckle and screw the white down to the bottom end of the table again. Not going to try and just flick past it, he'll end up going in off.
We're talking about ducks now, aren't we?
They are quackers, so... quackers. Yeah, it's a shot. Steve gets that yellow anywhere near that corner bag, it'll allow him to play a skill shot. So Stowey's almost... I mean, Stowey will play a double. He'll play a red onto the black to pop the red over the bag and just take his medicine if he's given the shot. But what you don't want to happen here is for that yellow to land somewhere near that top left-hand corner bag.
What's he looking at here?
I think he's looking to play the yellow, to pot the yellow and play the white off two cushions to come off the side.
Off the side cushion there, yeah.
Side cushion and go across and play a skill shot. Well, that is what he went for.
Ooh!
You know what? Fair play, because it's vision, if nothing else. So surely now, Stowey just doubles that red near the bolt line, up and down. Just get it anywhere in that vicinity. He actually doesn't want to pop the... He doesn't want to play it as a plant yet, but he just wants it at the bottom end of the table, doesn't he?
So Popple said to play a double into the 8 ball, which I think we mentioned. No guts, no glory.
I like the way that Steve sees the game. I like it. It's very aggressive. It's
yeah.
It's not hard enough. He's going for a snooker, as opposed to if that red's down by the black spot, anywhere that kind of area. He's got options, hasn't he? Ideally, he wants it wants it towards the cushion where the black is, so we can play it down.
Yes, yeah.
Hit the black. It's going to pop the red, and the balls are going to land nice. You don't want to be giving... He's tried to knock the red back on the cushion, I think, there. But again, it's messy, isn't it? Because this is getting messy, and
it is. We need to...
he's got to concentrate.
He's got to get, like you say,
he's got to be aggressive.
Red down.
He's got to be aggressive, and I think, like now, if he leaves it, Steve won't think twice about trying to screw that yellow into a corner bag and fly down the table. You're correct. You won't see me on your follow list on TikTok. That's because I am a 47-year-old middle-aged man that doesn't have a TikTok account, which is pretty much what you should be like, sir. Leave it to the kids. No, fair play to you. Won't even know where to look.
Well, I won't if it weren't for grandkids, that's for sure. So still needs to duel this red now down towards that bottom pocket, doesn't he, and leave the...
Well, I think he's got a chance here of actually playing the red into the yellow, knocking the yellow down there.
Yeah.
He's
not even thinking about that, though.
Good shot. Yeah. It's a good shot. It's an easy escape, but it's just not quite seeing it right, is it, at the moment? Going off the knuckle here. He knows what he's doing, Steve, because he's trying to leave the yellow in a position that
Pot it and go into the black and red.
he'll just flick off the red here and get the snooker, but that's the danger. If he overruns it a little bit, he's giving Steve the perfect angle, isn't he?
This is that frame we were talking about earlier,
So,
Larry,
yeah,
didn't
we
we?
said there was going to be a 10-minute.
Yeah.
I think this has been a bit longer than 10 minutes.
I don't know what Lee's trying to get the foul,
He's just
obviously.
the foul so that he can develop it, isn't he? But like the little intricacies. So if you watch the top rated players, 100% that white would be touching that red. So there's no kind of one cushion escape.
Yeah.
And that's just the little differences between the golfing classes, I suppose, really.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I would be capable of doing it. I wouldn't. Hence the fact I'm not in the semi-final. But now I'd be playing this off the jaw. And see, I think I'd have been a bit more aggressive there. I'd have played it sort of almost off the knuckles so that the red ended up in that bottom half of the table.
Yeah.
And at least give himself a shot at it at some point. It's no advantage for that red to be there for Stowie, really. Two cushion escape here and lands up behind it.
Yeah, then Stowie's in trouble.
Isn't he? It's too hard. It's too hard, but he's left himself in danger there. So now he's got to be careful where he leaves the white. I mean, it's still a massive shot for Steve to be able to pot it and screw down. So he's just
And leave it straight as well.
You could play this, and if he, to be fair, as long as he leaves the white behind the baulk line, I can't see how Steve's going to be able to pull a shot out. If he leaves it at the bottom end of the table, he's sort of at risk a little bit. Again, he's just left in the same shot.
Yeah, he has.
So he had the line last time. He'll end up behind it. I mean, it's a big target for Stowie, which he's lucky with it. But so easy when you watch it from here, isn't it?
Yeah. Now.
There we go. There we go.
This is what we've said, isn't it? That's what we've been saying.
It's a big target, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't think that you're going to miss him. He has.
Oh, he's got fortunate there as well.
I think he's played for the bottom one.
Yeah.
That's your dream, innit? That's your target. Right, now, Stowie.
He's got to do it now, hasn't he?
He could even go game here if he wanted.
Yeah. He's got to play that one down
Got
to the
play
bottom
that
pocket.
down. Get aggressive, and he can still play this. I wouldn't even play the snooker because if you play the snooker, you give the chance of a one cushion up behind the yellow.
Yep.
You want to leave the edge of the yellow.
That's it. Then he's got to touch cushion afterwards.
Yeah. So if he plays this, down. He's gone game.
Oh.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's fell a bit lucky there because of the angle of this. He can get back across, I think.
We've been focusing on pool all the time. It's not. It's you two that's been on about TikTok and.
Yeah, that's a great shot. He's cued that really well.
He has. Too well.
And the black's just a gimme in it, so he just has to concentrate on the pot. And
Ash Martin says
God, he's
evening.
just given two shots away. He's He's just fouled.
Has he?
After all that, in the cushion.
Wow.
He'll be absolutely livid with himself.
All that is just
He will
changed
be
his mind now.
absolutely livid.
See how quick it takes him to get that out of his head. It's good evening, Ash Martin. How are you, pal?
Morning, Ash. I'll tell you what, this should have been easier as well. It's
Wow, yeah.
only because he's going to have to put a bit of side on it, isn't he? Just to get back round for the... Oh, he's not going behind the red. He has.
Oh, it's going to be gutted.
My word.
He's had it all this frame.
Oh my word. Can't believe what I'm seeing.
I mean, the chances of that happening are, pretty slim.
That was because of the first shot. Because he's had to put the side on it to get back round.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get the right side. Because it plays it playing ball, he's coming the wrong side of the black. He underhit that first shot by so far. He could have gone for the double, and because that white anywhere, middle of the table, upwards, is kind of Don't be silly.
Oh, I'm gonna say that's suicidal, isn't it? That.
I don't. The only reason I say that is because it's a bit too close to the cushion, I think, for the side to take. Who was saying happy birthday to?
Mark Wilson's daughter is 19 today.
Happy days.
Happy birthday to
Happy birthday to
Mark's
his daughter
daughter.
that he hasn't named.
They're going to
so
say
we
that she must have a name.
We can't name her, but yeah, happy birthday. I'm glad you said 19th and not 20th, because it's my daughter's 20th, and I might have been concerned. I've been paying for your children.
Well, she's on holiday with her mates as well, with the mares. Well, mates, I would think that is.
Well, in that case, I'd actually be tuned in listening to us.
No, he's going to play it back later, he says. Yes.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Miss Wilson.
So Kirk's
your
going.
Your dad said he'd pay for your next holiday as well, all inclusive. Might see you in a man soon. Okay, it's not that kind of show.
Mark Wilson's daughter's called Keely. Happy birthday, Keely.
Yeah. In an M&M, not in a man, in an M&M. He's going to be seen. All right, somebody just screenshot that before he deletes it, and then we can. So probably about 3 minutes later than we thought, we've eventually got the result we thought we were going to get in that frame.
Yes. So Stowe now 9-0
6
in
away.
front. Yeah.
6 away. So in theory it's 9-5. So I think, we said probably it was a game to be played off scratch.
Yeah. I think we definitely agree with that. Now.
I think all people will say, yeah, but it'd be 9-5, so Surrey'd still be in front. But playing it from scratch, the mindset's different. And
It is. It definitely is.
Stowe may not have been as aggressive. I say that he would have been. You don't really change. By the look of it, neither of these players change the game. To be fair, they play it as they see it, and they play it with confidence. I
enjoyed watching it. To be fair,
I'm impressed with Steve, because I like somebody that commits to the shot, and even though it's he tends to play the right shot, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
So when he misses, he's missing the right shot. He's not.
I think the right shot is probably going to be red, Slammy.
I say that he plays the right shot when he's got a clearance on.
Yeah.
Sometimes, in my opinion, he goes for games or finishes that aren't there. But
Yeah. He's only one tough one here. Now he's going to play this red into the top centre. Then I play the one in the top right and up. Oh, he's not. I thought he would have done that.
now.
You can see it.
Yeah.
Wow, my eyes are getting worse, Lammy.
That's an awful result.
It is.
Obviously, if you'd have been straight on this red, got to find a shot here.
Well, he's played that well.
found it.
He's played that well.
If that red passes and goes into the middle, this looks like our first break dish of the evening. Wow, it just looks like a bit awkward.
You wouldn't have thought you'd been into your 15th frame before you got a break this, would you?
No. Unless there's been some.
Maybe that we haven't seen.
Certainly not what we've commentated.
Oh, he's took it off. He's retracted the message.
Somebody will have screenshot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will.
About that.
Well, one good shot now.
To work out how to stop them swearing.
Yeah.
Because even I'm pretty sure like the NMTV,
Yeah.
they commented the swear words are hashed.
There must be a second stage.
Yeah. This is the 40 minutes. In theory, 2 more, 2 more. So,
Well,
I missed that.
I'm going to say, so did he.
Yeah. Well, he ain't going to miss this one.
Oh, well, he's had a touch again, hasn't he? This isn't easy, Slammy.
It's not, because like the 2 cushion escape, the yellow near the black's in the way.
Yep.
The 1 cushion escape, the yellow near the middle bag's away.
Yep.
In the way. So for me, this is a different 2 cushioner where he's aiming towards the pocket that he was stood by. So he's aiming towards the bottom right hand corner off 2 cushions.
Yep.
Widens the angle. That's the only way that I can see him hitting this.
Well, if he misses this and Stowe goes on to win this frame, it's you got to think the writing's on the wall.
The thing with this as well, he's almost got to hit this hard, because what he doesn't want to do is give the free shot away or foul and leave the white down that end of the table, where Stowe can just bump that out.
Well, he thinks it get off the 1 cushion.
He must be playing behind the yellow with check side on it.
Oh, well, it's a good hit.
Great effort. Yeah, can't fault that. 1 good shot here from Stowe, though. If he can drop this in and just run up the table, he's almost guaranteed to be on one of those 3.
He is, yeah.
And as long as he lands, he's hit it harder than I would have, but it's worked for him.
Yeah, I'm sure as well. He's going to be playing this back to show his daughter. I imagine at 19, when she gets back from Tatterdale Lake, she'll love me replaying this and spending an hour trying to find it.
Time to hang your boots up, says Andy White. That's a bit harsh. That's a bit harsh.
To be fair,
He's a bit straight on this. He's going to have to probably come to the yellow in the middle next. You don't want to be trying to force this, because this is where it could go wrong when you try and.
Oh, he's played that well.
He has, but he's running away. So either way, I think he's still going yellow in the middle.
Yeah, run down for the one at the bottom first. After that,
yeah, sort of pocket.
So
pace
up and down the table, really.
He needs to sort of drop it pocket pace, so he leaves the angle so that he can just get up and down.
Well, he's going there, so.
Well, he's going to have to come back up for that middle bag last, then, I guess. And he's now in between.
He is, yeah. I'm surprised he didn't just take that centre pocket first.
Yeah, the advantage is if he don't get it, he leaves it over and leaves a trickier black, doesn't he? But if he gets this, Which he
Ray's
has.
played it well. Well,
As long as he doesn't go in off. Oh, Cannon the black safe here. He'll be a very happy chappy. Oh,
Stowy.
Look at this again though. Left the double. Now, will he double it or will he?
I think he's going to clip it in this.
He's not. He's
I've just got a
100
feeling.
times out of 100, I'm snookering him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the yellow's in the middle of the table. It would be a fluke for him to get out of it and pot it.
What's he doing? What's his body?
I think Steve's doubling it. You're not clipping that in. No chance. No chance. It looks like the white's slightly below the black. So he's doubling it. Oh my God, he's clipped
Tell
it.
you, we're going for a clip
Jesus
for nice
Lord.
shots. Nice pot there.
I swear to God, I just didn't think that was even possible. So again, it's the angles of the table, isn't it? I think we're getting.
Is that us? We're
off,
getting
eh?
kicked off. The boys are back.
Puck boys are back.
We'll see you in a little while.
See you on the other side.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how Lee reacts to that last frame, and the first thing he's done is going off a break, so that's not going to help him. I really don't understand the way he went in that last frame. Surely the shot was just to play the ball into the middle and come up and down the table. It just didn't make a lot of sense, but you know, he can sort of afford a few brain farts, but if suddenly Steve gets back to 3, 4 and 5 frames, it starts to make you think a little bit. Steve's got nothing to lose now as well, and these yellows look delicious. Try again. Just lost a mic. Try again, Mark.
I think this is what we said earlier.
Can you hear me? No. Can somebody come on a chat and let me know if they can hear Mark?
I'll just turn the air conditioning off.
One, two, 1, 2.
Daz. Max took me out. We're working alright with you today?
Yeah, hi guys. We're just having a couple of issues with sound, so sorry you're just getting pictures at the moment. We'll hopefully be back with you very shortly. Daz has done something. He stood on something, obviously.
Testing.
We're working okay with Daz, isn't it? Yeah. Can you just literally hand it over?
I'll get Daz to come and have a look.
Yeah, guys, you've just got me at the minute. Unfortunately, the other mic has stopped working. We think that Daz has sabotaged it. He's not happy about the far superior commentary team coming in. Ooh, that one wiped his feet, but good shot. Just needs to leave a right angle here so he can get south of the black. I think I'd have preferred a little bit more angle there, but he should be fine. The only problem he might have here is if the red clips a black on the way in, he needs to miss a black. Yeah, good shot. Played it well. So he'll be happy with that after the last frame. I think he'll feel that he's righted a wrong. And he moves to a 10-1 lead in a race to 15. Steve needs to beat him 14-4. So, tech support's here. Daz is here. He's going to sort this other microphone out for us. I'm sure he is. Something's gone very wrong with the other mic for some reason. Yeah, we've suddenly got microphone issues. Oh, I think we got you there, Daz. Yeah, I think so. You back?
Hello.
Yeah, you are. You're back. Can you just confirm somebody on the chat that you can hear Daz, please?
Can anybody hear me now? Just let me know if you can hear or not. I just don't like it. It's gone off against me.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, that's on. That's on.
1 2 1 2.
He's back. He's back in the room.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think we just got a dodgy wire, folks. Dodgy connection.
Just check. Yeah, it's still there. So
Yeah, he's still there. Sounding good now, Daz.
silky tones are back.
So, right, we can concentrate on the pool again now. So, Steve looks like he is on the yellows.
I think you can hear me now, Leanne. Hopefully on the own mic.
Yeah, Steve. Well, he's really got to take advantage of his slips by Steve. So thank you, tech support. So Mark's back in the commentary booth. Hopefully it'll work for him. So here we go. Let's give this a try. Welcome back, Mark.
Sabotage.
Here he is. He's back.
Sabotage from Daz.
Daz had to put his own sabotage right. So Lee's going. It looks like he's going all out attack here, which I suppose 10-1 up. You can kind of afford to do a little bit, but you don't want to go too gung ho. You know, you don't want to let the other guy back into it. But he's had a good touch. If this red passes to the bottom left, he's in decent shape. Oh, he didn't. It's not a bad shot though. I would much sooner be reds and yellows in this frame. Obviously, a tricky yellow on the top rail. Does the yellow nearest to Steve's block of chalk? Does that pot into the top left as we look? I'm not sure it does. So definitely work to do for yellows here. Reds are a more favourable suit, even taking into account that red that's just below the balk line.
I think our friend the Rocket Richardson talks about body language, and if you just look at Steve at the moment, he does look like he's going through a bit of pain. Very nearly again there, not the greatest of shots. So just looking at Steve, he looks very dejected. 10-1, not great.
Yeah.
To come back from that probably is a Lazarus job. But you know, he needs to just pick himself up a little bit, believe, and as we said earlier, Lee does sometimes go through flat spots. So if he goes through a flat spot here and 3 or 4 frames on the trot comes Steve's way, you know, he's still got to find another 4 frames maybe, Lee.
Yeah.
So he just needs to keep focused and keep concentrated, and you never know in this game. 10-1's been done before.
Yeah, Lee admits himself that he goes through dips in these long races. But I'm not sure. As you said, the body language is quite a big thing. Obviously, last 5 frames, we've been watching from the side of the table. And Steve's body language isn't great. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a fantastic fella. He's been, you know, appreciating Lee's good shots and stuff like that. There's been no badness at all, but he doesn't look as confident as he did at the start of the game. Whereas Lee, I think he's displaying quite good body language, even when it's not going well. He's been still quite bullish. Oh, has he got a bit of luck there? He has.
Yeah, I don't think Steve needed that.
No, I think Lee has had a little bits of running as well in this game. There's not been a lot. There's not been a lot of good luck or bad luck. But I think what there has been, Lee's certainly had a lion's share, which tends to happen, doesn't it? When you're playing well, you get the run of the ball. When you're not playing well, everything seems to go against you. So he just needs to stun this. How's your stun shot? That's just as good. In fact, it's better.
Might just be a little straight on that.
I think if you could leave the white kind of on the blue spot here, well, not that there is a blue spot on the pool table, but you know what I mean, it'd be just about right, I would say. But it's a tough shot, is this? Let's see how confident he is. Is he going into it here?
Yeah.
Forced to follow through. Oh, that's even better than the blue. Oh, or is it? Has he gone the wrong side now?
It's a tricky one. I think he's just the wrong side, so he's going to have to force this.
Let's see how he cueing is, because this needs to be cued perfectly. Yeah, like I say, if he'd have had the white on, like I say, an imaginary blue spot, it'd be just about perfect. He could probably just screw it back into a black. But he needs to really cue this. He's trying to pinch a bit.
Tried to pinch, and that's what's cost the miss.
There's a great white, but what's Leon on about? Thought I'd tuned into a Joe Navarro. Who's Joe Navarro?
Never heard of him.
I've heard of Joan of Arc. See what I did there?
Not really. I think we've got listeners in Villamora tonight.
Yeah, I think we have indeed. Yep. Golf capital of the world. Leano's Joe Navarro. Is it somebody who earns millions out of YouTube? Because if so, that's fine.
I think he's a shit commentator.
He must be a brilliant commentator. Full of insight and cutting edge commentary. Big shot here for Steve. He's going to try and wrap Lee Stowe up, but he's just not happy with it.
He just needs something to happen for him, doesn't he? You know, I'm not saying a clearance from here, but to pinch a frame, do something.
It's enough, is enough.
You know, not that. And I think he's just...
Yeah,
you can tell that his body language wasn't great before this, but he just needs something to go for him. And you know, unfortunately for Steve, it's just not happening at all at the moment.
So, black ball experts, what shot are you playing here as your free shot? Don't overcomplicate it, but there's just a fear that he could snooker himself here if he plays this wrong. I think he'll actually play the yellow, bump it onto the side rail. Because if he plays the red first, there's a danger he could clip off the yellow and snooker himself on both reds. So play the yellow, leave yourself in the open. Yeah, that's what he's done.
Yeah,
good shot. Just needs to be careful
apparently
here.
Joe Navarro's a body language expert.
All right. What's she on about? Is that, I don't even know my own wife, honestly. Joe Navarro, a body language expert.
Trundle, I think.
Yeah, he just wants to. He's had a couple of shots where he's just not really cued it, and he's nearly done it again. No, he's all right. He's good. He's played it well, actually. Left a fairly straightforward black. So he moves within 4 frames of the final of the Where's Your Home comp. Steve Dew has it all to do. Like we said at the start, that -5 was massive, wasn't it? If he starts levels, I think we would be a lot closer, to be honest.
It's the mentality thing as well.
Yeah.
If you take the 5 frames off, you still think you've got half a chance. But
Yeah.
when you add the 5 frames on, it's it is Everest. It's just an impossible task for Steve at the moment. And I think he almost is looking for the exit door as we speak. But
Yeah.
while ever there's 4 frames to get, there's a chance, I guess. And I think he could become slightly dangerous if he becomes carefree, if you like.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I think at 11-1, it looks to me like there's only one winner here.
Psychologically, I'm interested as to what people think. I think we're just having a quick break. I think it's just a quick comfort break. Mr. Stowe's come over to tell us, that Steve has gone for a wee. Put that rather politely. Maybe a poo, he says. Maybe a poo. We'll see how long he is. I think let's talk about the psychology of a start. So and I'm be interested to see what people think on the chat here. Is -5 to you better or worse than +5 to the opponent? I think, and I might be talking out of the top of my head here, but I think it's worse. Because if you don't have a great start and it takes a long time to even get to 0, that's really hard to take.
I think it does depend on the level of players. We spoke earlier about...
what a break that is, by the way. Sorry to interrupt.
I think we spoke earlier about, the likes of Chris and Mick and people of that ilk. And, them going from -30 in a race to 50. is far better suited to them than it is for somebody having to get a less of a race. So it depends on the level, and I think tonight, I've not seen much of Steve. Know plenty about Lee. Know his capability. Know his level, and I think tonight, if I'm honest, these two players look, equally matched, if not Lee. Obviously, at the moment, looks like he's edging that. Looks like Steve's having, not a great night, and Lee's having a good night, obviously.
Yeah.
But they look equally matched, and I think -5, albeit Steve's got to a semi-final off that level, so he's clearly played well throughout the tournament, and the handicap's been a fair reflection of him.
Yeah.
So it just feels tonight that handicap is basically handicapping him.
Yeah.
And Lee's got off to a good start. He's played the more consistent pool tonight, to be fair. I don't think we've seen any, we've seen a couple of poor shots, really, and that's about it. And no massive howlers. I think
He's had a
Lee's
good touch there.
Yeah, he's had a good touch, and this is the way it's gone all night, really.
Yeah.
Lee's played
Little
steady.
flicks.
He's had a little bit of run here and there, and I think he's been the more consistent player on the night, and the handicap system hasn't worked, or it doesn't seem to have worked so far tonight. But as we say, Steve's been here. Steve's been here from the start of the tournament in the semi-final of -5, so he's done well to get there.
Yeah, I would agree 100%. I think I don't think there's a lot between these two players. Obviously we're rooting for Lee because he's a mate of ours, but when you're in the commentary booth, you obviously, oh dear, he's gone for a double. You obviously try and be as unbiased as possible. But yeah, there's not a lot between these. The handicap definitely is difficult at this level. When you get to a semi-final, you've got to expect to be playing somebody at a similar level to yourself. So the handicap's massive. But yeah, there's not been a lot between them, really. I know the scoreline would suggest very differently, but I think these two are on a similar level. No complaints at all from Steve. I love his the way he goes about things. He's had a smile on his face. He's probably not had the best run of the ball, but he's never complained once. And the kid can certainly play, that's for sure. Oh, he's a little bit in no man's land there. This has just got trickier now. Because the plant's taken out of the equation now.
You can tell the way Steve's playing now. He looks a little bit like Sunday Pool.
Yeah.
So he's going to smash this through and thought he'd try and come behind it, but it don't matter to him now. He seems like he's playing pretty carefree, and he'll keep playing this way, I think, for the next 3 or 4 frames until he gets and potentially wins the next 3 or 4 frames. Then he might change again.
Yeah, that's it. That's the way the game works, isn't it? When you're this far behind, you let your arm go, and suddenly everything's flying in everywhere, and then you get a little bit closer, and all of a sudden you start to think, oh, hold on a minute, maybe I'm back into this game. But that becomes a little bit of a weight on your shoulders, because then you start to freeze a little bit again, and you start thinking a little bit more about the shots. Be interesting to see, if Steve. We've said a few times tonight that Steve's definitely capable of suddenly running off 4 or 5 frames in a row. Obviously, it'd be very interesting if that happened.
I think it was a good point you made. -5 or +5. What does it mean? And what's the favourite for people? There's not many people come back, if any, on the chat there about that. But for me, I always think plus is better than minus. But again, as we said, it depends on the level of player, really.
Yeah.
I think these two at this level, clearly for me, minus is not great. I think starting at 5. But then you look at that now, if Lee had been starting at +5, I think it would have been all over.
Yeah, I mean either or is not easy for the player that's handicapped. That's for sure. I just think personally I would prefer my opponent to be on +5 than me on minus, because you can fly for 4 frames and you're still not on 0, and I think psychologically that's quite difficult to take.
This was about the stage of the last game that Lee played where he just tended to, just drift really.
Yeah.
Clearly it was a bit closer than this the game, but just 1 or 2 shots in the last couple of frames where, I think in the first.
It's recovered well there.
Yeah, in the first half a dozen frames, probably first dozen frames even, he was playing a little bit differently. So, but just 1 or 2 shots, just and his game speeded up a little bit just in the last couple of frames.
Yeah, he's seen the finish line, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I think interesting to see how he played that last shot. I think he's played a couple of shots that have been cutbacks to blind pockets, and he's not played them very well. Played that one a little bit better. He played it a little bit more positively, but his position's not great. If he can't get through to the one just under the balk line, he's obviously in a world of pain here. If he can rescue this. He can't, he's playing it off a cush. Wow. Well, the best you can say about that is that it's made the yellows awkward. But by the fact that Steve is straight down on this shot, not that awkward. Fancy Steve to take these out. Pressure's off him. Not the best shot he'll ever play, but still okay. Lee just needs to be careful of complacency now. Like you said, a couple of games he's played before, he's tended to dip after a few frames. Not really play the right shots.
I think you have to go back to, I think it was frame 5 when Steve pulled out a pretty good clearance to pinch the frame. And he's queuing here like he did in that frame.
Yeah.
You don't think he's going to miss.
He's played that well-ish. He might just run into the other yellow slightly here. So he should be okay. But this is one of them that could go wrong. But I don't think it will. Just needs to bump the other yellow full. Ooh. There you go. I'm not sure that goes to the centre.
Tight.
Looking at his face, it doesn't, because he's looking at the top bag already, so definitely doesn't go centre. I think if he misses this and Lee clears up, then I think that's it, really. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think this game's pretty much over anyway, but he's not got there. He's got the second prize. He's blocked the red to that pocket, but you would probably fancy Lee to take a double on that red at least.
And he can afford to.
Yeah. What's he got to
He'll be
lose?
disappointed with Steve with that.
Yeah, he should have taken those out, really. A player of his ability, you would have expected him to take those out. He was just a funny angle, wasn't he, on that penultimate yellow? Is Lee going to go after that red now? He's going to try and get it out. Big shot here. If he misses it, then yellow's a massive favourite.
He just needs to play at the pace ball to nudge it.
Yeah.
He don't need to whack it out. He just needs to nudge it out.
Don't need to smash it at all.
And it's
played
good.
at
That's
good
a
pace.
great speed. He's unlucky.
Yeah, he's very unlucky. He's going to get another chance. He's played it, like you say, quite rightly so. He's played it at the right speed. He only needed a nudge. Didn't need to smash it around the table. So he's very unlucky there. But he's got the second prize a little bit. He's still got a decent chance here. Does he try and get behind it? Does he try and get it out? Does he leave the double? Interesting. He's leaving a double.
Yeah, he's left the double, I think.
He's not played
Yeah,
it.
he's not played it.
It's not too bad. He's good. He's taking a double to the top, obviously. I'll tell you what, an interesting shot here. A bit of a treble.
I think it's
Massive
I
bag.
think it's a cross double, run the white round. Yeah,
No, oh, he's got lucky.
well,
He's
he
got
has got
lucky.
the treble. You're right.
He's got very lucky. And he's just turned to apologise to Steve. I don't think that was ever a shot, to be honest. I think he should have gone the other way, but tell you what, he'll take it. And he pumps in the black and he gets within 3 frames of the final mark. Wilson's on the chat. He's a bit of filth on the chat.
I think as well, Paul, just the black ball there. Obviously knocked I think Steve's ball in. So for the young ladies on the on the stream that don't know the rules,
Oh dear me! I can't believe you just said that.
namely my wife,
And mine.
that's why he's just won the frame.
Hey up, Lammy. What's Lammy doing? Mark Lambert doing something under the table. I think he's looking for Stowey's kahunas. I think that's a massive blow for Steve, isn't it? You know, I think Lee played the wrong shot there. I'd have never taken on the cross double purely because it was always a good chance of knocking the yellow in. I'd have gone the other way, or maybe even a treble for the big bag. But he's got really lucky. I think that could be the death knell for Steve, really. He's breaking very... I mean, both players are breaking well, to be fair. That said, commentator's curse. Nothing down.
I think I'm right in saying if Lee wins, and he's obviously still 3 more frames, but he's at home in the final.
Yes. Against Rob Calderwood. So another very tough game. I think Rob's handicapped as well, though. I think he is. I'm not sure about that. You might be able to confirm that on the chat, guys, if there's anybody watching. I'll leave Lammy to answer that one, Mark. Yeah, Steve's just sort of lost his complacency a bit now, hasn't he? I think he's probably wanting to get back down the M1. He's not done a lot wrong, to be fair. It's just been one of those days for him.
Yeah, he's not played too many poor shots, has he? It's been one of those games for him, for definite.
Yeah. It's 12-7 without the handicap, isn't it? And he's still in it, really. I know, 12-7, you're still thinking that the guy on 12 is massive favourite, but if your opponent's on 7, you're still thinking they can come back as well. He's missed that one. There's a lot to like about Steve, though. He seems a really, really nice guy.
Yeah, he's been good around the table tonight.
Yeah.
He's been great with the club and Lee.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I think he'll be slightly disappointed with the way he's played. I don't think he should be overly disappointed. I think there's been a bit of running. Lee's played well in patches. I think Steve's just not been on his game tonight. Of course, the -5 don't help. So
yeah. I don't think he's done a lot wrong. I genuinely don't. I know that sounds ridiculous when he's 12-2 down, but he's not done that much wrong. But yeah, he seems a really great guy, just like Josh. I mean, Josh is a really lovely kid as well. So Josh will probably be offering Stowey a money match after this. Mark, don't worry about it, pal, it's fine. It's late at night. We're after the watershed. Some decent tunes on tonight, Mark, as well. There's a bit of
This is
high energy. Bye. Oh, tell you what. Oh, wow. You guys at home won't be able to hear it because we have to block it out, unfortunately, because YouTube shut us down if we have the song playing.
It's not her who sung Searching, is it? Is it Hazeldine?
Hazeldine, it is. It is. It is Hazeldine, yeah. It is. Good call. Pulled that one from nowhere. Yeah, I've got some good 80s tunes on tonight. As I say, unfortunately, you guys at home can't hear them because we'd get pulled off the air. Mark, don't. Wilson, that is. So Lee's been almost forced to go for these because he tried to cover the bag, but the J-Head go was switched on and pulled the ball into the bag. So I think he's sort of made his mind up for him. It's tricky as anything. Oh no, he's just gonna. I like that because 12-2 up. He could be thinking, "Oh, tell with it. I'm just gonna have a bash at these." But it shows that he's still thinking clearly. He's still thinking the old. I know it's a cliche, but you always say to your player, don't you? Just play like it's 0-0, and he's clearly still doing that. Yellows are a big favourite with the yellow over the bag. Again, I keep saying as well, looking at the screen, but the bottom right as well, looking at the screen, covering those three reds. Way up. The bandits are all out on the chat. I'll put it to him, Kirk. Doesn't need to be a bit just to get back into things. Dear me, honestly. Be offering me a game next. Well, irrespective of what's happening on the table, it's just been fantastic to get back with you on the stream. It's been so long since we've been able to do this. Next thing to be streamed, I think, will be the Top of the Chops tournament on October the 9th. That's going to be a real full day pool. 64 players and a plate competition. Yeah, it's not a bad shot. Other semis being played, Leon. It's a guy called Rob Calderwood in the final. And if it all goes to plan and Lee sees this out, it will be here at 147. We may or may not stream it. Who knows? It's a good shot. Bit unlucky.
Yeah, it just typifies, I think, where Steve's played tonight. Just a little bit here and there. Just there, just half an inch up the table.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be too disappointed, really. I mean, if he runs out early 15-2, then probably is nowhere near what the score should and would have been, really. He's just had those little bits of run. And has been more consistent all the way through, really.
Absolutely. So, Leanne, just if you see any check-ins at Mojo later on tonight, then obviously it won't be me. It'll just be.
It'll be me.
I was going to say he's had a little touch of luck there, really, by covering the black. I'm not sure it went anyway. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Lee have a go at these if he can get the right angle on that yellow that's closest to the black. He can bust into those three balls. I think he'll have a pop at these.
Well, he can afford to, can't he? He can afford to have a go at one or two frames like this now. 12-2.
He might even go into a black off the ball into a centre, but might take that first, go into those 3 balls. Night, Ronnie. Ronnie Swanee. We'll have a word, mate, we'll have a word. Can't guarantee anything. Well, where's the cue ball? It's okay. I'm not sure he was playing for that, was he? I think he's just a bit too much adrenaline. That said, if he can pop this one into the middle and leave the cue ball pretty much... No, he's going for it all. He's going for it now.
Yeah, makes sense.
Fair enough. Oh, he didn't put everything into that at all, did he? Again, he's had a little bit of a touch. He just needs to refocus a little bit here. He's not over the line yet. Stranger things have happened in pool. Still needs to get another 3 frames on the board. And Steve's not going to hand it to him on a plate. Yeah, he just looked across to the commentary booth there as if to say, idiot. Again, he's had a little touch of luck, or he's left Steve nothing really. Yes, a little bit of desperation. Is that going to be a foul? Is that foul? Thought it was cushion and then ball, but probably wrong.
I think Lee's got into a position here where he's just got, even shots to nothing, he can have a go, can't he?
Yeah.
So he's smashing the ball.
Yeah, that was a foul. It was definitely a foul. Just watched it on the replay screen, but anyway, not to worry. I'm pretty sure that if Steve would have seen it, he would have called it all day long.
Well, it's interesting, Lee never said anything, did he?
No.
He just got on with it, so I don't think he...
It's a great shot. That's a fantastic shot.
And that is the nudges that we've been saying
Yeah.
all night. They're just the little nudges here and there, half an inch here and there, made the big difference. And if he rolls out here, then...
This is awkward queuing, I think, a little bit, but it should be okay.
Yeah, probably put this, flick the black, land perfect on the yellow.
Yeah, it's so awkward over queuing's awkward for a right-hander. Oh, he's okay,
Yeah,
he's fine.
He's fine.
He's a tall lad, isn't he? Winner and runner-up prize money. Liam, genuinely don't know off the top of my head. It's not a competition that we're running. It's we're just hosting the semi-final, so I don't know. There is a Calcutta as well with some money on it. I just could have done with another couple of inches there, but couldn't we all?
Yeah, I'll just play this off the red, I think, and just give himself another couple of inches this side.
Yeah.
And
That's a bit...
bit-
he didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
He's made it harder, really, by going further away, but the way he's queuing, I have fancy him to pop this in. If not, you've got to think it's 12-3, because Steve won't miss them. Oh dear, a mile away. Oh, has he had a stroke again? Well, he's made it messy at least, you know.
Steve straight down though again.
I think Steve's almost reluctant to take the chances, isn't he? He's thinking, oh, for God's sake, just get it finished. But he's obviously too proud to just sort of shake his hand. That's a great shot. Played that well.
I think when you get to this stage, I know it's easier said than done, but you just got to keep playing the way you play. Don't change. I think if Steve starts just smashing them from anywhere, then I know it's great shot. It's great to see that he's still playing a shot like that at 12-2.
Yeah.
Quite easy there. He could have just pumped that in and smashed into the black and clearly thinks that's still the right shot at this stage. So
Lee's looking at the big bag here. This is interesting. If he can get enough of a black, he's got a chance here. This could be shot of a match. Tell you what, it's got a chance. Ooh. Another half an inch up the cushion and that was in. Great effort.
Yeah, I think still Steve there. Good to see that. I think in essence he played the right shot.
That's a good shot. Ooh, it's just
Big,
too much
big
on it.
bounce, yeah.
Big ping off the cushion, so
Now
now it
we'll
gets
see.
tricky.
Now does he smash it in and screw back? Let's have a look.
This will be interesting now. Or does he just try and cover the bag?
Well, I think the shot he'd play at any stage is just to try and clip it in and cover, and you're probably coming up and down at it to put the other red.
Oh, wow. So, Stowie's tattoo's getting a little bit of stick now.
Yeah.
Oh dear, everyone's after a cash game. Just send them a private message on Facebook. Stowie's tattoo's getting some right stick here. Back heel it into the middle.
He's in again, PR.
Yeah, he disappears, doesn't he, for ages and then comes back after. Let's go sing a few songs and then.
No, he's just done a lap on his bike.
In his tight lycra. Well, surely this is a double into a bottom left. In or over. All day long. Wow.
Well,
I'm not too sure about that one. Maybe he's just enjoying it and he wants to drag it out a little bit longer.
well, he's just saying you put the black, basically.
Yeah. And Steve has.
And that's so he's going to come up. He's going to be a double or a long or down the rail, depending on how he plays the red.
Yeah, he might try and pinch a little bit here and just come and play last ball, last bag. Ooh.
Yeah, I kind of get what Lee's thinking there. He's devoid of any confidence at the moment, so I'll let you do it, mate. Just smash this in the middle as a cross double.
He's got it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's unlucky. Unlucky. I thought he'd got that all day long.
I think that were really good thinking by Lee. I think he thought, the chances of me getting it maybe not as sharp. And then let's leave it to you, who's
fair enough.
Got a lack of confidence, and have a go for it.
Fair enough.
And it's paid off.
Absolutely. So Steve to break, he's not quite in last chance saloon yet, but he's on the doorstep. Oh, he's enough. He's had a lot of bad running. He's not played to his ability. And Lee's played very well, well, let's not forget that.
I think Steve's ready for his bed.
Yeah, I think so. I think they've come up from Barnsley, I think. So, it makes it even worse when you've got a bit of a trek home. Don't get me wrong, Barnsley's not that far, but... Yeah, I can see what Lee was trying to do there. Obviously get the one bad yellow out, but he's put it back into almost a worse place. He still wants to take yellows all day long, so I think I'd still be plopping the one into a centre and then work it out from there. Unless he can see the 1-2-V. Yeah, he can see it. Yeah, so that's a shot all day long. So Lee Stowe looking to get within. one frame of victory and the final against Rob Calderwood here at 147. Not sure where Steve would play if he was in the final. Not, is it Murphy's? Could be. Yeah, just trying to work out where he plays at Ralph Winfield's place. That's Rotherham, yeah. But it's all the same down there, isn't it? I think in South Yorkshire. They all talk a bit funny. Yeah. So does he plop the yellow into a centre and then leave a plant of the yellow that's closest to the black? Opens it all up if he does.
Well, it looks the way. Don't know whether it's just tight to hold, maybe. But yeah, it's
That's
got
a
it.
shot then. So interesting now. The black's tricky. Doesn't go to many bags. He might be able to open it up though slightly here if he can bump into the red and then bump into the black. Yeah, he's played it well. He's played it really well. Black's still tricky. But he's thinking very clearly. I mean, I know that's easy to say when you're sort of 13-2 up.
Well, you're certainly playing with no fear.
Yeah.
Looks that way to me, and you know, Steve has tried, but he's just not got a glove on him at all tonight.
No. Early doors, maybe it looked like it could be a bit of a game, but it almost looks like the handicap's on the wrong player, really. Well, that's gone wrong. It's gone really wrong.
Yeah, that's the only way Steve can get back into this is if Lee starts to play with you know,
Shots for the camera.
shots like that. And, you know, even then, 11 frames, just massively, a massive difference, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, he played that last shot well. He cued it really well. He's unlucky, really, to come out like this.
It's clearly a good player, but I think tonight it's just not been his night. Lee's played more consistent, and I think that's the you know, the key factor. He's taken out better finishes as well.
But he does still need to get over the line, of course.
Yeah, I think this is the
let's not
shot.
call it yet.
I think this is the shot up and
Yeah,
down.
definitely. He
Catch something. You
Yeah.
never know.
He's got 2 targets, hasn't he?
Where Lee's played tonight, he might catch the ball over the bag and come out and land on the yellow.
Oh, he's got the black out, so he'll take that as a second prize.
Yeah. Does that red come past the yellow on the bottom cushion, Paul?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think it does. No, I don't think it does. I'm looking at the table rather than the screen because the camera can definitely lie without a shadow of a doubt. So sometimes it's easy just to look at the table itself. Bit of Nana now, 99 red balloons. June?
Yeah. German.
She was lovely, Nana, as well, until she put her out and she had hairy armpits, didn't she? That sort of put me off a little bit, but she was lovely. Lovely. Potential skill shot here, cut the red back to the centre and into a yellow, but no, he's refused that. Yeah, this is enough.
And that, I'm afraid, just sums Steve's luck up.
Yeah, I mean, you can say it's unlucky, but it wasn't a great shot either, was it? It was more of a hopeful shot.
I'm not quite sure what we were trying, but
No.
just to going off is, you know, is just the way things have gone for him tonight.
Only way Lee loses his frame now is if he tries to overthink it and tries to put a red safe or something daft like that rather than just knocking him in the holes. That's it. sometimes when you've got the free visit, you start thinking, oh well, I could just do this, just do that, and whereas, you know, normally
Yeah,
you just
you're
knock
right.
them in the nose.
Just plop and plop. It's a little bit of screw on this, but
Not too much. You don't want to. You don't. You
Yeah.
know, if he's not plumb on it, it doesn't matter. He can go too far.
if it's
Yeah, that's
14
a
all,
shot.
if it's 14 all, it's a different shot. But 13-2.
He's played it exactly the right way. Made sure he's had a shot on it rather than tried to get plumb on it. And that's in.
He's on the
So
hill.
he moves within one. And he's got the break. It certainly wouldn't surprise me to see him try and finish this in the next visit. Phil Offer's obviously listening to a stream since he's just sent me a picture of Nana with airy armpits and a nice Rolling Stones t-shirt on. Yeah, she was lovely, but yeah, not having them airy armpits, I'm afraid. Leon's off to some new jeans if Stowe wins.
I think she can book the jeans in.
Not that we've got any interest in the Calcutta, of course.
Don't say that. So don't say that to Sam. She'll have booked a new door in.
So, big break from Lee. He's made a yellow, and this is a great chance to close the match out, especially when you're playing with the confidence that he is.
Just a touch too much on that one there. But this should be a good night for anyway.
Yeah, just some left-hand side on this, yeah, to get over there. Perfect. Whoa, it's just gone a little bit too far. That's got tricky now. But he just needs to stun the cue ball out into the centre of the table, really, and he's in great shape.
If I were him, I'd be dancing at one now.
Yeah. I think Steve will be. Oh, that's a good shot. Go. Yeah, good shot. I think Steve will be preparing an handshake here. Preparing his concession speech. And fair play to Lee, he's played it really well. Really well. Like I say, I know I keep repeating it, I don't think Steve's done a hell of a lot wrong. It's just been one of those nights for him. So I think you're about to see the last shot of the Where's Your Home semi-final, and we will have Lee Stowe and Rob Calderwood hopefully for you in the final. Obviously that's to be arranged, but keep an eye on Facebook. So thanks to Daz, thanks to Mark Lamb, and thanks to Mark Buck and guest commentary. And thanks to Leanne for asking what's wrong with hairy armpits. It's not the armpits I'm worried about, kid. And on that note, we'll say thank you very much. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back with the Top of the Chops event on the 9th of October. Looking forward to that. That's going to be a real full day of pool. But it's been fantastic being back with you after the lockdown. Really enjoyed it. Look out on Facebook for further events to come. All the best.
Yes, thank you. We enjoyed it.